and
Oh,
you give it a few. Thank you.
You're the
Let's see if I can work this out.
Today. R.I.P. my character sheet.
We're live? Oh, hey. Sorry. Hi, everybody. How's it going? Yeah, so...
Wait, we're live?
Yes, we actually went live. No, I'm glad you did that, because if you hadn't, we would have just been like, we would never have just gotten started. So it's one of those, you know, you guys ever have those moments at the gaming table where everyone sits down and you guys are getting ready for a big game that night, and then like 2 hours have passed, and you guys have just been dicking around the whole time, and I mean, you're having a great time, but then you're like, weren't we playing D&D or something tonight? That's this morning. We're all like trying to caffeinate the hell out of ourselves, because Tabletop Day was this past weekend, and I don't think any of us have completely recovered just yet. No.
I'm still scared.
Some of us had to write the finale for the Rogue One comic miniseries and have been doing that all week.
Oh yeah, Jody's been working.
Spoilers, sorry, that was a... I hope everyone has seen the movie.
You
Yes.
should see the
We'll
movie.
wave
It's the
when we're
happy-go-lucky romp of last year.
Today is Revenge of the Fifth, and I just want to say that I have never been so eager to cosplay a Star Wars character before as I love Orson Krennic. I think he is the quintessential like asshole, like Imperial.
Have you read
jackass.
Catalyst?
No, not yet.
Read Catalyst. That's like his
Is it
entire
good?
backstory, him and Galen and Lyra, and it's amazing.
He's just so vile and petulant, and just he's like I think he embodies like everything you kind of get a glimpse of in the first Star Wars movies with the Imperial Navy and stuff like that. The attitude you get with them talking to each other and everything, you finally get to see it all coalesce into Orson Krennic, and he's got a great look too.
Him and Tarkin's thing went back like 15 years.
Oh, I
it's
love
like
that. Yes,
Oh.
Sam.
I have an announcement.
Yes.
Yes!
What would you like
Sorry.
to say, Sam?
I'm excited.
Sam is excited.
Hey, Eric,
Yes.
I have another announcement.
What's that?
As of yesterday, May the 4th, and today, which is Space Day, I'm not kidding, it's a thing, look it up. The issue of Deaf Poets Society Literary Journal, Crips in Space, has launched.
Yeah! Where can they
it-
find that?
You can find it on my pinned tweet on Twitter. They're also on Twitter at The Deaf Poets. Check it out. I am so honored to guest edit this amazing journal. I got to edit the prose material. There's some really cool stuff in there, guys. Go check it out.
You've been doing some writing lately. Your article on Bass was wicked cool.
Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
it was really
Yes,
they
it
were
was.
great.
We've got some pretty talented people in our group here. On that note, I just want to say that, you know, some of us are underachievers, and it's okay. Jody, I know you were only just nominated for an Eisner.
Yes!
I know that some of us, it's going to be okay. You're going to be all right.
I actually had announcements too.
You
Like,
do you have
aside from
announcements?
that, yeah.
You know what? Let's just get it over with. What's your announcement?
Just announced yesterday, I'm writing one of the issues of the Rise of Atriox Halo miniseries for Dark Horse, based on the main villain from Halo Wars 2. I think it is called Rise of Atriox. Mine's just the second issue, so it's just been Atriox number 2. And also tomorrow's Free Comic Book Day, and I wrote the Attack on Titan issue for Kodansha with art by Emmy Lennox and Lee Lowridge, and you can get it free in any comic shop, but also the comic shops have to pay for those comics, so you should also buy stuff while you're picking up all your free.
Jody, seriously,
stuff.
don't worry. Your career's going to pick up.
I know,
You're going to do just fine. One day, it'll start working out for you.
yeah.
I believe in you.
I think somebody online was like, when I was bragging about your Eisner nom, they were like, we can say we knew her when, and I was like, I've already been doing that for years. You know that, right?
Well, yeah. Well, you know, I'm just honored to be friends with internet sensation
You're
Amy
the
Dowling.
worst. You're the worst.
Oh my God.
I've been doing
Joke
that.
that she
for her
has, and she always does it.
but it's true.
Internet
You've been saying that
sensation really
longer.
kind of like, definitely encapsulates it pretty well.
You're all
Yeah,
terrible.
I've been doing that
You're
for like
all-
5 years.
You're all terrible.
Operation
way-
Make Amy Blush. It's going
By the
strong,
way,
y'all.
speaking
not hard.
of,
Complimentary
Free
at all.
Comic Book Day, go to House of Secrets and get free comic books
Yes.
tomorrow.
Do that.
House of Secrets, if you're in Burbank, swing by.
Oh
and
yeah,
say
I
hi to
will,
Amy
I'll
Dowling.
be
Finish
swinging
straightening
by
my
House
hair.
of Secrets, but I'm also signing at Blast Off in North Hollywood
Oh,
from,
sweet.
from 11 to 2.
Excellent.
And then I'll be coming by and hanging out there.
Go there.
Like
come
I
here.
always
If
do.
you're an animation fan, Chris Savino, creator of the Loud House cartoon, is coming to sign the Free Comic Book Day preview of their graphic novel from 2 to 4 at House of Secrets.
Or you could come to Blast from the Past and get absolutely nothing.
Yes, you
Will
could
you
buy
get
a
phone
hot
calls?
dog.
We
all day?
don't take part
Wait.
in New Comic Book Day. Free Comic Book Day.
I remember working there and getting that phone call every Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah.
Like, no, sorry. Did you sell comic books? Yes.
Yeah, old
you for calling.
ones. Yeah.
Yes, not all comic shops participate. So.
Not all
Hashtag
comic
not all
shops.
comics,
No.
yeah.
Welcome back, Gina.
Thank you. Yay, I'm back.
Yay.
How much
I'm
pizza
back.
did you eat?
Tina is
I didn't
back.
eat any pizza. I know we have limited. We literally had like only a very short amount of
Well,
time.
you need to
where we were
leave
not-
and go back to
No,
Chicago and eat
I
some pizza.
plan
We'll
on
wait.
it, but I ate a crap ton of wings and cheese fries, so I'm
That
good.
works.
It's okay. We're gonna fix this problem. There's a whole Pizza War of Astronauts thing going down on Deep Dish.
Also, Masa of Echo Park has pretty comparable pizza to Chicago. So
All
shots
right.
fired.
The last thing, the two last things is I don't know if y'all. I missed last night's episode of Critical Role, and I was grilling Taliesin on
Me
it.
too.
And Tal was telling me that last night was a doozy.
It was fun. It was amazing.
We're not going to give spoilers, but
there's no way to spoil the majesty that was Matt Mercer last night.
really,
I'm
Matt was
gonna
in
be
fine
comparing
form.
you to him all day.
I did see.
Isn't
Matt
down,
Mercer,
down to the
he's-
haircut,
wow.
the facial hair, everything. It's just, it's all up for grabs.
I need
You're
to
a
make sure
little
when I
too in
laugh, I
character
go.
right now, Tal.
I know.
The master.
I would go get
I'll make sure to do that every time I laugh.
That was great.
You all know what I'm talking about,
I
right?
miss
We all know. We all know the Matt laugh, right? We all know that. It's the So don't forget. Let that be our secret thing. It's true, man. Every time you watch him, he gets so tickled with himself. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to Elisa,
Yeah.
Gina's sister, who made me this. Never give up, never surrender.
Oh, cool.
I've been wanting. I've got a patch. I'm gonna put this on. I'm super excited. You are last hope. I really.
Galaxy Crest one shot.
Yes.
We
Yes,
should.
please.
We
We
should
should.
do.
Yes,
We should
please.
do a Galaxy Quest one shot.
Yeah.
All right.
Please.
All of
You have
the
no idea how
buildings-
many times I've wanted to just go and just like laugh.
Hold him to
And
an
then just,
internet.
like,
Do it. I'm
Fake
doing
run.
this.
Question.
Yeah.
Do I get to be Alan Rickman?
Yeah.
Alan Rickman.
I
Say
don't
that
know if that would
stupid
be
line one more
appropriate.
time.
Ooh, I heard
You might
that.
have to.
Can you? What's your Alan Rickman
sound
like?
Okay,
Alan
let's
Rickman.
start.
I've never
Yeah,
really
that's slightly-
tried.
Have
to
you
be
never
honest.
tried
No.
to be Alan Rickman?
Oh, you can, you
Quite
can be
fun.
Alan Rickman.
We have voiceover actors.
That's
in-
probably
I know, right?
better than I
Yeah.
can do. To be perfectly honest.
Alan Rickman can be a lot of
I'm just
fun.
gonna do me, but lower. So you,
You put them in the back of your throat. Everything is like there's a small frog living at the very back of your throat that's actually talking and moving your lips for you. Yeah.
What did he say to Hermione? Do you insist on being
Why
an
do you
insufferable
insist
know-it-all?
on being such an insufferable know-it-all? Yeah.
Love that.
No, the best one
we're
you
making
gotta
Denise
say.
cry.
Turn to page 390.
Okay. So remember that. So remember that thing I was saying at the beginning of this episode where I was talking about how we just dick around before we get to the game. That's happening.
But now we're playing.
But we are live streaming this, and you folks have been so nice to sub to DNS and to watch our show. So we'll actually play a game now for you. We'll actually jump back into our madness as soon as we get Amy back, because Amy has gone bye-bye, Egon.
Is there something you
That was such
find
a good subtle
amusing,
reference.
Miss
You're not helping.
Darling?
All is well.
Something you'd like to share with the rest of the class?
With the rest of the class. Oh, that'll do it. Make her sad. That'll do it. That'll be the. That's how you do it.
No,
Okay.
just have laughing, crying
Drinking water
Amy.
out of a coffee cup.
Right now, the audience is pulling a Monty Python and shouting, "Get on with it!"
All right. And so we shall. What do you got,
so
Eric?
we shall. I just love this is, but I'm not gonna lie. This is one of my favorite parts of this show. Is just the opening 10 minutes.
Just hanging out.
I say 10 minutes, but let's be honest, it's longer. All right. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump back into the madness that is our bizarre little Doctor Who universe. So we did not leave off on a cliffhanger last week, which was unusual for us. There was no magnificent, incredible, holy shit reveals. But the good news is it has been a very, it's part one. We're now entering into part two of what is essentially the Doctor Who holiday special. So far, the setup has been pretty interesting because if you remember correctly, at the beginning of last episode, you guys were originally planning on going to look for that final tear, but the TARDIS had plans of its own and directed you to the Caribbean in the mid-1700s, which is where you all, if you remember correctly, first met one Finn, who ran into an old friend when you guys were back there. You arrived at a port. At the pirate port was in the middle of a huge civil upheaval. Essentially, the golden age of piracy has come to a close in this period of history. The royal navies from multiple countries have arrived and enforced laws, and all the major pirates are either dead. Most of them are all dead at this point. with the save a few. Henry Morgan, by the way, did very well for himself. Good on you, you bastard. Retired and died a governor. I think he died rich. Man marched through the jungles and sacked Panama. Anyway, read about Henry Morgan. There's a reason why there's an alcohol named after him. The guy was incredibly successful as a pirate.
That Morgan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Most of the pirates are gone or cited or took on letters of marque and took a pardon and put down the pirate flag. This was one of the last bastions of piracy in the Caribbean, and there was two factions at war. There was the faction that wanted to just take the offer. The British Navy was showing up and had sent a letter beforehand. The offer was take letters of marque and accept the king's pardon, or die by powder and smoke. And there was two sides of that. One was like, screw that, we're going to go all out piracy. The other side was, no, we've done the best we can do. Like, our time is over. You guys ran into Tall Jim, who is now an old man, who's done very well for himself. Sailed the Abigail until he couldn't sail her anymore, then made port here and has been essentially living as a governor of the pirates of the Caribbean. No, that's not a reference to the Disney movie. So I just pictured a man dressed as Mouth just running into frame and beating me with a stick.
No, they use snipers.
As Disney is wont to do. You're true. Why would they bother leaving? I mean, Burbank, we're in nearby Disney Studios as it is.
Tell us more about your Rogue One work, Jody.
Yeah. Some mysterious insights.
This is how you know about the snipers, is that you've been carefully warned.
Eric,
There's a Steffling Stampede.
Steffling
Hi, Stephanie.
Stampede!
Welcome. You haven't missed anything. We've literally been screwing around for the first like 10, 15 minutes. We're getting to it
We're
though.
recapping, that's important.
Yeah, it's the recap. What's up, Gina? So we're gonna
Well, I can't say
not
it.
not yet. We're gonna come pick you. So the goal right now is you stayed behind with
Yes.
Tall Jim
Yes.
to go on one
And
last
Zeets,
adventure.
did
What?
Zeets-
Did you have something you want to say? What?
Yeah.
You don't know
but
if you can say it?
I can't say it. I want to whisper it to you.
Oh.
Can I text it to you?
Yes, text it to
Okay,
me.
I'll text it to you. Continue
yay.
your thing.
Because a lot of you folks at home don't realize, but Gina's actually sitting about 20 feet away from me. So.
I would have just ran, but
Okay.
We've all time Lord at this table.
Yeah, it's the Time Lord Kitty
Time Lord
table.
Kitty.
Time Lord Kitty.
I just noticed.
So you guys had one last adventure with Tall Jim, or rather Gina. Finn decided to stay behind while you guys headed back to modern day London, or at least you didn't know you were headed back to modern day London. But once again, the TARDIS had a plan of its own and directed you to modern day London, where you ran into Unit, discovered Mickey existed again miraculously. Suffered the extreme and understandable impatience of the Master, who was like, aren't we saving the universe? Why are we screwing around right now? You guys were taken back to Unit, where you discovered that the Master actually discovered that Cillian has been emanating, or at least seems to be covered in an aura of paradox energy, which y'all haven't detected before, and seemed to be linked to Mickey. That tether has disappeared, but the paradox energy that's very gentle, like it's a subtle aura around Cillian, has not disappeared. It is still very present. And so the Master let everybody know and was keeping tabs. But that wasn't, I guess it wasn't a cliffhanger, but the big reveal was discovering that the cybernetic implants in the heads of a few of our party members, Corsair, for example, had been reactivated and were being used as listening devices. Someone was listening in. The Master, of course, very wisely assumed it was probably agents of Rassilon who were trying to figure out what was going on. When you went back into the TARDIS and connected with River, who is still recovering, you discovered, no, it's your old friend Davros, who, if you remember, for the audience at home, the last you guys saw of Davros was when Finn brilliantly charged forward and got Davros the hell out of there by activating Davros' temporal manipulator and sending him away from the base, and presumably back to Unit. When you arrived at Unit, though, Davros had not reappeared there. So Davros had a dire warning for you that he had what he needed from all of you, and he looked forward to meeting you again, and then cut the transmission. And that's kind of where we left off. Gina, I'm not...
Yep.
I'm gonna. Oh my gosh! You sent me multiple texts.
I did.
Also Santa Claus.
Okay, cool. Yes.
I feel like that's
also
a critical
Santa
part of this
Claus.
recap.
This is an excellent point. Yes. Let's go ahead and address that now. We're sort of gonna retcon this a little bit because the audience, you guys had a lot of questions about this, and I should have mentioned it before you guys headed off. But Zeeps stayed with Finn. Zeeps wanted to see more of the ocean and more of everything, sand, the Caribbean, all of it. And Zeeps was astonished to be in a world where there was no super technology. The sky was clear. There was, and has been, by the way, I would say during your adventures, was astonished to see their first actual earth whale, and is doubly happy they didn't kill Leviathan. So as we jump now into the game, I'm going to do one last thing and give a quick shout out to our Discord server because I know Sam and I like to pop in there and say hi to you guys. Hi everybody, thanks for chatting with us. That Discord server is awesome. It's a fan-created Discord server called Leviathan. And they have multiple. They have Modern Day London. They created all of these great like chat channels that you can chat in. So anyway, hi guys. Okay, so now let's go ahead and jump into the game. Where we left off was y'all's were in Unit, and the scan had just happened. You had your little happy unhappy conversation with Davros. You've emerged from the TARDIS once more. You are, if you remember correctly, you are due to have Christmas dinner with Mickey and the family, but you also have to make a quick pit stop before that to pick up Finn and bring Finn back for Christmas dinner. Thankfully, you've got a time machine, so. Thankfully, you got the TARDIS, by the way. Let's all thank Sam for my TARDIS mug.
You're a great DM, and I appreciate you.
Oh, jeez. Jeez.
Aw, geez.
Jeez with that. Okay, so yeah, so that's where we start. You guys are in sort of the. This place sounds kind of like the inside of a garage. It's that big open space with the metal walls. It's obviously a secure place. Master, again, as I've noted to you before, for human technology, not bad, but it's laughable that they think that this would actually protect them. And that's where we have started out. You have all come back into the room because if you remember, Master wanted to scan Cillian and found out about the paradox energy. So everyone is kind of reconvened just outside the TARDIS once more. I don't remember if the TARDIS was in this room. I feel like it was. I feel like you guys used it to get into Unit, or
I don't think it was
It's directly
specified, in
outside.
fact.
I think you might be right. I think it's directly outside.
I think it's where we need it to be.
May not
We
have
can
specified.
say that. I think Mickey had driven to our location, but let's assume.
Yeah,
we
let's
were
just
here.
assume. Tabletop Day basically pulled a silence on us, and I don't remember. Like, I should look at my arm. Where's the TARDIS? Like, I don't remember. so
Only
we'll just
chemicals.
yes, we'll say the TARDIS is parked in a secure location just beyond this room here at Unit. It's just outside that aura, that thing that Unit has that they refuse to tell you about, Doctor, that it prevents the TARDIS from actually materializing within Unit. Just still a little alarming, and Sarah Jane hasn't really specified how they do that.
I mean, preventing unauthorized Time Lord access is not something I'm mad at them for at the moment.
Yeah, yeah.
With all those TGs hanging around. Yeah.
So yeah, and that's where we begin. As everyone's reconvened inside this room, Sarah Jane says, "Well, Doctor, I'm not sure what your next plans are. We had hoped to leave just the alert crew here at Unit so that my people can go to their families for the day.
Of course.
You will be taking him with you, won't you?"
I'd be delighted.
No, I'm not trying to be rude.
No, I'm so excited. Yes, I will be going with you.
Right.
Or I'll be staying here with them.
Right. Christmas it is. We may need to make a call to Martha.
Mickey, who's standing, says, "Yeah, what should she know exactly about, I mean,
Well, I'm not going to bring him in her house and not tell her.
well, I guess what I mean to say is I know what I know about you from reading files, and it makes for some very terrifying reading.
Tell her no hard feelings about
Yes.
last time.
Super callback. We said back when the doctor thought the Corsair was the master and they were looking through unit files that that whole incident with Martha hadn't happened on this in this reality. Yeah, we said
Yeah.
that.
Martha
Oh.
doesn't.
Boom,
Yeah.
Jody.
Interesting.
Martha
Further.
didn't travel, but I thought Martha still
Damn.
did.
No, Martha traveled with you, but the whole incident with Saxon.
The
as-
Saxon never happened?
Yeah.
More Master
The Earth wasn't taken
Jody.
over.
Yeah, the Earth was
Oh.
taken over.
Reality.
Okay, good to know. Putting that away.
Yeah, which is why Mickey doesn't really know
Mm-hmm.
about you, and I mean Sarah Jane obviously. You two have had conversations,
Oh, certainly.
that would. I'm also going to say that coming from your reality, being that you are technically the 11th regeneration from your reality, you actually do have memories of Saxon and that whole
Right.
event's taking place.
I wasn't myself.
Yeah. You also remember Rassilon from that incident, trying to come back and you and the Master teaming up to stop him. So, Timothy Dalton, man. He was a good Rassilon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where we are right now.
Yeah, I don't think they're probably prepared for another 5 guests.
Maybe
Mickey's-
you could just sort of fill her in.
Yeah, you know, if it's all right, I'll just tell her friend of the doctor.
Acquaintance.
No, definitely. Have you met Martha? She's the same in this world, right? You're terribly clever,
Well, yeah, I mean, that's why I married her.
strong and brave, and
All that, definitely. In spades, they say.
yeah. Don't bring him home for Christmas and not tell her. That's a bad idea.
It's all right. You're going to be okay answering her questions, though, because I don't know what you know.
One of us is going to be on the hook for those questions. You get to decide who it is.
All right. So you.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go and get things started right away, ma'am, if that's all right. And Sarah Jane says, "Of course, yes." I'm not used to spend all this time training to be formal and the head of unit, and then Christmas comes and everyone just. It's like a comic book shop in here today.
Comic books. You have picked up some odd hobbies.
My son likes to read them.
You have a son?
Of course. You don't remember?
Hold on one moment. She said her son was dead. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I do.
And how is your son?
He's fine. He's graduated college. What?
Oh,
Do you
that's
not-
wonderful.
She kind of gives you a side glance and says, "Doctor, I'm sorry. I'm detecting that same sort of strangeness."
Strangeness? No, everything's fine.
I'm
I just,
extremely normal.
yeah, I just meeting so many new people, it gets confusing, you know. Plus all the time travel and space travel, it's hard to keep track of these things.
I remember, she says with a smile. And you've had the added weight of jumping universes.
And
Does get a bit.
being responsible for the after effects, it's a bit much.
Have we come to that conclusion? Sarah Jane looks at all of you and folds her arms.
Not entirely, but more or less.
But we can
yeah.
assume
More,
just-
yeah, it seems to be that way.
Can I give you some advice as the doctor's former companion?
Please do.
Trust your instincts. If it feels weird, it's probably weird.
Well, everything has felt weird for the past however long this has been now.
No wonder
I
you're
have
doing
no
just fine.
concept of how long this has been happening anymore.
It's been 3 days.
Yeah, it's been 3 days since your first adventure. Actually, in the timeline
About a
of things,
week. It's about a week, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Earth time, you guys jumping galaxies and whatnot.
But honestly, you probably would feel like I have no idea how long this has been. I haven't
imagine
slept
you
in
must
a
feel
normal
like
bed for a while.
Alice
And
falling down the rabbit hole.
So, Doctor, if we're going to Christmas dinner, one gets all one's family for that.
I don't know if they've room for an entire base full of.
No, certainly not. I was thinking of, well, Finn.
Of course. Let's see if we can't find out what's happened there.
All right.
Sarah Jane says, well, I suppose you've all deserved a bit of a respite, so I'm going to get on my way, and I'll contact you soon. And in case I don't...
dinner.
Oh, I wouldn't want to impose. It'd be...
Well, I'm not actually hosting. We're all just
Hello.
Sarah Jane says,
She's got her own family though, innit? She probably wants to be with him.
I mean, I do have a son, so... Mickey says, well, you could bring your son. Well, all right. Yes, thank you. That would be lovely. Strictly, I am still your boss. And Mickey just says, yes, ma'am, of course.
It's good for strategic reasons that we may have been diverted to this area of London because of some sort of pressing danger. So it's best, I think, if we all stick together, yeah.
She smiles and says, fine, yes, that sounds lovely.
Can I insight check that?
Sure. You don't even have to roll.
What, me?
Sarah Jane seems... Oh, you're joking. Okay. But I'll tell the rest of y'all. Sarah Jane seems genuinely... Looks like she's let her guard down a little bit. She seems pretty happy about this. She says, very well, then I'll meet you at Mickey's.
All right.
This is good, a bit of a breather. As we all know, nothing interesting ever happens at Christmas.
Excuse me.
I think I just heard the universe laugh. My God.
I felt the turn of the universe and it laughed maniacally.
You hear this evil
Yeah.
glee. It's all going to be fine.
It's never all fine.
Got a bit of mischief in your throat there, Eric.
Yeah, sorry. Got a little evil stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good. I'll drink from the TARDIS. It'll be all right.
Right, let's find our pirates.
All right, let's do a cinema cut. Unless anybody had anything.
Oh, I did, once we're on board the TARDIS, I did want to take the Doctor aside for a second.
Okay. You all step into the TARDIS in all of its ambient blue and Time Lordy glory. You step up to the control console, and the Corsair edges up to you as you're walking up to the console to punch in the buttons and pull the lever, Frank. Sorry, I'm full of references today. Continue, sorry.
Lever.
I'm gonna pull this button and stop you.
No, that's fine.
This is me waiting for you to do something.
And we're ready to go. Look, I know you're all
Don't
about
sue us,
keeping...
BBC.
Yeah, I'm just
There we go.
sort of can we talk privately?
Oh, yes, one moment. We'll be right back. Keep an eye on him.
Yep.
Okay, so the two of you kind of move off to the side, going down one of the many catwalks that lead to one of the many branches of the many rooms inside of this TARDIS. Stepping into this hallway, the catwalk immediately becomes the very beautiful, looks like 1930s styled hotel with silk lining on the walls and whatnot, and lampshades. Walking in, the TARDIS must be in a mood. And you step inside, and the two of you find yourselves in a very quiet area where you can
This
talk
is
freely.
nice. Well done.
Look, I know you're all about keeping that one in the dock, and that's fine, and in fact I encourage it because it's really funny, but I would like to know who's poking around inside my head.
Of course. I'm debating the merits of whether he's just going to go into your head and get it, but I suppose he's promised us
I do have my own defenses, too.
he's got through them once before.
Yes, but that implant's been shut down.
I'm not sure that's how he did it. Either way, you deserve to know. No good way to put this exactly. Our old friend Davros has been keeping an eye on us. Via you and, I think, River. So we've shut that down.
Why was he doing that?
Why does he do anything? He's probably trying to build an invincible race of Daleks to conquer this version of the universe again.
So what you're saying is Davros was listening in on us via an implant that the Master put in my head via River under the guise that you built.
I didn't get a chance to find out how he'd hijacked the signal. The good news is it's not the Time Lords. The only bad news is it's him. And he's out there somewhere, and he's ready for something. And it's almost certainly something awful.
Oh, well, I feel so much better knowing all that now.
Yeah, happy Christmas.
Yes, maybe take into consideration who it is you travel with a little better in the future?
I've been trying, but it's proving a bit difficult.
Anyway, let's go get the pirate. Maybe get a glimpse of the lovely ocean again.
Sorry we couldn't have left you there. Not in a bad way, in a good way, with piracy and whatnot.
I just walk out.
The doctor is desperately trying to recover from an awkward statement. Would be a compliment. I was just trying to, and she just walks away.
But you like the boats! Ah, damn it.
You know, if I didn't have to keep an eye on you, I could have eavesdropped on them.
Oh my God, that was brilliant. I love the.
I'm of the opinion.
The good news is it wasn't the Time Lords.
Amy, I'm giving you. I'm gonna
I
give
think
you
that's
one of my
precisely
points.
the problem.
I'm
a
giving
story
you one of my
point,
points
Amy.
because that was the cutest. Like, no, but I'm gonna insult you, but accidentally. I'm sorry.
On that note, since we are in a moment of rest, and because everyone's doing brilliantly, if you are, I'm going to say, Time Lords and humans, get yourself. I mean, a lot of you are beyond max. If you're not at max, max yourselves out on story points and replenish your devices. So Sonic Drill gets back at story points if you've spent any, and the screwdriver, and so on and so forth.
Yep. Drill is good.
So everyone, so Time Lords, you should be back up to 6, and yeah. Okay.
When I come back to the console area, I just look very annoyed.
Okay, you're walking back to the console area just in time to see Veleg walking past you. Just kind of says, "The library needs much work," and continues walking. He seems irritated.
What the hell does some time
Good job.
works exactly?
Stomps by. "Ah, Doctor, I have an update for you.
Yes.
Me and our robotic dog friend have been categorizing the entire library.
You bonded with K9.
We have formed a mutual alliance.
Yes, right. That's what I meant.
By the way, there is a robotic dog on the TARDIS now.
Lovely.
I shall resume my duties!" And then he turns and stomps down, disappearing back into the TARDIS.
First librarian
And then-
of the TARDIS has a good ring to it.
Sticks his head back in through the door. "By the way, the tentacle-faced one is in the pool again," and closes the door on the way out.
Nice.
How anything gets done is a mystery.
It's always been, somehow got the job done where you're concerned.
I'm picturing, as you are having this dialogue, I'm picturing a cut immediately, just like a quick cut to the swimming pool, and Meat Stick just like in 4 feet of water with floaties on, just, "We are having fun now." And then cuts back. Doing as he's told. Yeah.
Oh, he probably should have gone with you.
He's a little distinctive.
But he looks like a sea
He doesn't exactly
creature.
blend in, and I don't want to. I mean,
Are we
Yes,
heading-
You also
Yes,
have a giant
but we're
robot
about to
arm.
have this conversation with you in person.
Anyway,
I mean,
Then please.
they had metal bits if things got shut off back then, or wood maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, all the Wooden Leg Pirates are very jealous of you.
Yeah.
You hear the sound of the TARDIS arriving at its location.
Right. There's a good chance we're back in the time and place we just left. Let's see if there's anything left of the smoking room.
Ginger, not an
Okay.
overcall.
It never ceases to be miraculous, Cillian, watching Roko shapeshift. Watching those scales and the leafy sort of the like almost the crowns of leaves upon their head just suddenly start melding together and forming an entirely new body. And before you stands a very ginger-looking pirate woman.
I wish I could do that.
Is that what you're doing? Are you assuming?
I'm just the normal non-binary Ginger I usually
Okay.
am.
I thought you were switching into something that was gonna.
No, I can only have one form with this.
Oh, okay, cool.
So I'm always the same Ginger.
Okay. Oh, rad. Oh, that's right. You did this before too, when you first met Unit.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm registering this now.
Yeah.
If you would like parody clothes, though.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably good.
Okay. Cool.
I'm piratey.
So
R.
Roko assumes the form, and they look
Period research, Rocco.
There is literally no trace of the moment they shift. You just see that sort of alien look. It just bleeds away, and then there's this ginger in a full-blown pirate costume, ready to go.
Can you be other races or just
No, just this one.
just the one?
I like this one.
Who is this one?
Me. But mammalian. Come on, fellow mammals.
Right,
Okay.
mammals, shall we?
Don't use that word.
The stabbing, the subtle insult of being called such an unevolved creature. The doors of the TARDIS are flung open, and it's looks like it might be, just from judging from the position of the moon, it might be around midnight. Definitely not Christmas Day anymore at this point in time that you've arrived. It looks like you may have arrived sometime after y'all have left, because as you step out onto the sand and all of you sort of gather outside the TARDIS, Rocco, you're the first one to spot it. But as y'all step around and looking around, you're immediately gazing to look for Finn to see if you can spot her anywhere, and your eyes fall upon a very large. It's not the pirate flag flapping in the breeze, up above one of the. They were waving the pirate flag kind of rather proudly near outside one of the large shipwrecks that had been formed into a tavern. Now it looks very different.
Can I make a knowledge alien cultures roll?
Sure, go ahead.
And that's what, awareness knowledge?
Yes, that would be awareness knowledge. Or ingenuity, actually.
Ah, all right.
Add ingenuity. You're like, damn it.
Hey, you know, I'm aware of the alien culture. I don't know. So 20.
20? That is the flag of the British Empire.
The bastards beat us back here.
Interestingly enough, as you hear Rocco and Cillian reacting to this, kind of draws everybody's attention to what they're looking at. You see the flag of the British Empire flapping in the moonlight up ahead. It looks fairly new, like the flag was unfurled recently. But also curious, doesn't look like this place has been sacked.
So not burned to the ground.
No, you see people. It doesn't look like there's a ruckus going on, and you do see a lot of familiar looking, like the color, the local color looks about the same. You do spot some British soldiers walking the streets, though.
I wonder if that means that the guy who wanted to be not a pirate.
Not Catalina.
Ah,
As long as that was Finn's doing.
Doctor!
seemed like it
Doctor!
was.
Doctor!
All right,
Doctor!
take off running.
Here comes a distant form of a young boy, dressed in a leather. He's wearing like a leather vest and a torn white fluffy shirt, leather breeches, and boots. At first, you think it's some cabin boy that you've never met before, and when you realize approaching, it's Zeeps, who looks a little.
You look marvelous.
Yeah, he looks a little different. He's gotten his hair cut, and he runs up and, Doctor,
Well, hello.
I saw the TARDIS, and hi,
Looks like someone fits right in now.
I got a tattoo.
Oh my goodness.
It's great. It's an anchor. Look, and he pulls it up, and if he hadn't said it was an anchor, you.
Yes, it's perfect.
Isn't it great? They say it's an anchor.
Where is she?
They use them
What's
on
happening?
ships. What's that?
Where is she?
Yeah, any.
Oh, Finn. Yeah.
What?
No. Everything's fine. Lots of things happened while you were gone.
How long we?
Couple of days.
Right, okay.
Couple of days.
Yeah.
Pretty good for
And
them.
Not bad, really.
They've sanitized the place already.
Well, the British Navy arrived. Finn, actually, yeah, you can see her. She's just out there now. And you see out on the ocean, you see, you're assuming it's Finn, but you basically see what looks like a longboat, or like a, it's basically a longboat, but it's only being rowed by one person.
You know in cartoons when you run so fast that like there's just a little wind silhouette of you?
The Wile E. Coyote, the Roadrunner.
Rocco, where do you?
Meep, meep.
Oh, where have you gone?
So you dash out into the salt water. It gets up to about your knees, and Finn, as you're rolling back into the surf, you're only just now coming down. There's a strange contrast suddenly as you look up and across the path of moonlight that's being cast from the beach as the moon is starting to anchor itself just beyond the island. You see the glow of the TARDIS on the beach and a very familiar looking ginger in the surf waving their arms wildly, excitedly as you are slowly rowing through the surf.
I'll just sort of stop and... I'm coming, just wait on the sand. We both know you don't know how to swim.
You almost hear that. You hear in the distance,
Swim! I swim to you! Okay,
No.
Sam's like,
let's
sweet, Rocco
attend
gets to
to
swim
this."
finally.
Oh,
We'd better get down there.
are you swimming?
Yeah, I assume that's strength athletics or coordination athletics.
Is it a good time to point out that you were a Paralympic athlete at this point, and that you actually were a swimmer? Hell of a swimmer?
Sometimes my character does things better than I do. Sometimes I do things better than my character. We'll
Yes.
see which one this is today.
Of course, the Paralympic athlete I'm referring to is in fact Sam. Sam is
Yes.
to further drive home that Sam is badass.
Oh,
I need exercise
this is
more.
going to be
No, this is
funny.
great. I kind of.
This is going to be
I
great.
know, every time I bring that up.
What kind of check is this?
So this, if you're actually going to swim it,
I rolled it.
Yep.
this is going. Okay, this is going to be a strength plus athletics.
Thought so. 10.
10.
I can... 10 swims in water?
Finn, as you shout that,
Yeah.
and then you're sitting in it for a second because as you've shouted this and you're rowing towards, and you see, you think maybe Rocco's heard you. You can't tell if they are responding to your.
Yeah.
But as you're rowing, it occurs to you you're leaving one family behind
Yeah.
and coming back to your new one.
Yeah.
And it's the first time since you've started traveling with the doctor where all of a sudden you realize that aside from the spray of the sea, there's really not anything for you in 1700, the Caribbean anymore.
Mm-hmm.
The ship is gone, the crew's gone, you don't know where Piggy is, and now Jim. And as you're kind of looking at Rocco and you feel this sad, the only way to describe it and to borrow from Shakespeare is this tragical mirth. You kind of feel this sense of melancholy, but then there's Rocco. And what are they doing? They're swimming. You told them not to swim, and Rocco is swimming toward, and not doing a very good job either. You can tell Rocco is fighting the surf, and wow, salt water is nasty tasting. You're pushing some of the seaweed behind, like, excuse me, and
That's pretty weird.
you probably get about.
Water with water.
I
you-
just, and
They probably.
and then just stand up and dive in.
Okay, you just leave the longboat out there.
Yeah, I don't need the boat.
Rocco, this is not going well for you. The water
No.
is frigid, even for the Caribbean. It is in the middle of the night, so we're probably talking like 50 to 45 degrees. Caribbean has very warm waters, but tonight, obviously, not doing so hot. As you begin to realize that the temperature is becoming a bit of a problem.
I think, at least I'm warm-blooded. This would really suck otherwise.
Yeah. You realize that you're not going to make it out to the boat. As you're fighting, it's the wave that just keeps smacking into you. Swimming off of islands, if anybody has done it, is a real pain in the ass.
Sucks.
Swimming towards you, however, as you're beginning to feel your strength kind of give out on you, and a wave, you get a slap of salt water in the face, and there's that moment of coughing. But as you kind of pull back to cough and kind of clear your eyes and your throat, your body sort of forgets for a split second that you can't stop treading water or you sink. And so the water level goes up to your chest, and and for a split second, you start to sort of flail in the water when a very powerful, very heavy arm grips you. Gina, swimming, since you got this arm, has been a super bitch, to be blunt.
It's heavy.
However,
You're strong.
you're Finn.
I'm Finn. I got this.
So I'm going to have you make a strength athletics roll.
All right.
It's not going to be easy because you are lugging a plant lizard back to.
You're such a strength athletics. Okay, so.
Want to spend a story point to up your...
Yes, I
Story point on
do.
this.
Can I? It's 14 now.
I'll let you bump it up a
I'm gonna
success level.
bump it, cause
Okay.
damn, I rolled Dalek, man.
So,
I'm going to
so
give you a story point for rescuing Coco.
all of you are watching this, just like. And Seeps has even grown quiet. They're just like, you think they'll make it? Oh,
I'm hoping to have wandered away by this point, by the way.
You're like, "There's
that would
gin
be how we
somewhere on
die.
Oh, no, I'm looking.
okay.
For no
no.
reason, running to each other.
I'm going to try
I
and
have
sneak.
to roll to notice whether you've left.
Right. You're
yeah,
in line of
let's-
sight. I can just.
Well, if you burn a story point, I'll let you slip away. If you don't try to look for him, I'll give you a story point.
Okay.
What if I try to look for him?
I'll give you a story point if you don't.
I want to look for him.
Okay, then go ahead and Tal, go ahead and make your. This is going to be a. I believe this is going to be a coordination subterfuge roll.
Coordination subterfuge?
Yeah.
10. I'll burn another story point just for good measure.
Okay, I'll give you the +2 dice.
All right. That'll do.
That'll
10,
do, donkey.
16, 20, 26, 27.
What do I roll to?
Not
you
going
can-
far.
Go ahead and make your awareness. This is going to be awareness resolve.
Okay.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll also
bad.
burn a story point.
Sam's dice away.
I'm going to notice I'm gone eventually.
Take some of Sam's dice.
No, only 26.
You spit
Um,
things away, lucky.
He couldn't have gone far, but holy hell, he's supposed to be where he was standing just a few moments ago. You guys are so enraptured by watching the chaos and the surf, kind of like wondering. No one hears the Corsair going, as you kind of glance and like, oh, the master's gone. So as that's happening, we'll cut back to you two. You are carrying Rocco in the surf. You almost, both of you barely get out of the ocean alive. You're coughing up salt water. You look a mess, completely covered in just like frigid water as you're dragging Rocco up the sandbar and catching your breath. You two are about, I'd say, about 70 to 80 feet away from the party, which is just quietly watching, all of you. Not saying a word, just kind of,
Not helping.
yeah.
Yeah.
The stars are beautiful tonight.
You really like the ocean.
I would have liked to stay on the boat, but you know, I told you to.
You told me to swim. I swam.
No, I told
I
you
know
you
you
can't swim. I said you can't swim, to stay on the beach.
That's true. I can't.
I know you
missed
can't.
you. Happy Christmas. Are you okay? What's going on?
Oh, it's not Christmas anymore.
How long does it last?
About 24 hours.
My notes are all wet.
One sun up, one sun down.
I'm all right.
Doesn't sound quite as fun as Hanukkah.
Who whispered that? Was that Zeeps?
Rocco,
That was Rocco's inner monologue.
Rocco's inner monologue is
Knowledge
going.
alien cultures tells me.
Yeah, Rocco's inner monologue is just going. Wait, one of them only lasts a day. The other one sounds like it's more fun. That sounds like it lasts almost a month. Like, why wouldn't we do that one?
This was my reasoning.
Well, I know we missed it, but this is as good a time as any. I reach into my pocket, and I made this for you. Happy Christmas. And it's a tiny wooden tree that I've carved or whittled for you. It got a bit wet. Wasn't intending to give it to you like that.
Oh, it's perfect.
me too.
Well, that's lovely. You guys are suddenly aware that Zeeps is standing right over you guys, just going, it's a tree. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Zeeps, yes it is. Isn't it lovely?
It's great.
Sorry if there's any blood on it.
And you're okay with the fact that she carved that out of, like, maybe an ancestor or something?
No, Zeeps. All of my ancestors are gone and erased from reality.
Oh, right. You told me about that.
Yeah, that happened.
Well, I guess that means the two of you should start making more, eh? Was that inappropriate?
A bit, yeah. Zeeps, would you like to go check on the Time Lords?
I'm going to have him roll. I just want Zeeps
More
to be
like
that obnoxious
creeps.
kid who just doesn't get it.
Does
Yeah.
it not
He's just so happy to
understand
see-
anatomy?
He totally gets it. Zeeps goes, oh my God, yes, sorry, yeah. And he goes, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You know, most people, they get it, you know.
No,
And-
it's okay.
and even when
Why
they
don't you
don't-
go check on them?
Yeah, because that
right.
would make sense. I should be doing that. I'm getting it.
Bye now.
Right.
Zeep,
Yeah,
bugger
yeah,
off.
yeah, sorry. Yes, Cat. Yeah. And Zeeps stumbles off.
So you're making a pirate of him?
He's a good lad. I might have done that tattoo to him. I got a bit drunk. I don't. It's been a while since I've done a stick and pork. I
Did
don't
you
know.
finally have the grog thing?
Yeah.
Oh, good. You've been talking about it
Just
for
as
so long.
disgusting as I remember.
That sounds lovely.
Master, the gin, your
I have a couple things I'd like to do.
Okay.
Either on camera or off, entirely up to you. But regardless, the one thing that I would like to accomplish that I want everyone to know is that I want to have stocked up on gin and rum, and eventually I'm going to be sauntering back with a very nice, as only the British Army can make, gin and tonic in my hand.
Okay.
Quite pleased.
We're gonna
with
do,
the umbrella
Why
out.
don't we do this? Why don't we do this?
Craft check.
I'm gonna do something kind of wonky. I am going to open up Twitch chat on my phone, and I'm going to ask you guys. Do you guys want Taliesin to do this in front or off? This is a stupid question.
It's
'cause
not that
I know
exciting.
what all y'all's gonna say.
It's not that exciting.
It's not that exciting. We'll
First time
see.
in
I'm gonna
the history of the
check.
game I
I'll
haven't
check
said
here in
lock
just a
as I
second.
walked
All
away
right.
from the TARDIS.
I guess I could have just asked you, Denise, but I don't know.
It's pretty quick.
Because on camera, on camera. Everyone's shouting on camera.
Of course they
in
are,
front,
fine.
on camera. Eric sucks.
Always first Friday this
Oh, Captain. Somebody said off. Someone's trying to be the voice of dissent.
Bless you.
Okay, we're getting waterfalls of on. Okay, cool. Okay, yes, we'll do it. We'll do it on. All right. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
All right. So where are you then? Let's cut to where you're at.
I just went to the bar.
Okay.
To the one that's right off the within very easy walking distance.
You step on in. Make a quick awareness. This would be awareness resolve roll.
Awareness
Just to
resolve.
spot something.
Uh,
Because at this point in conversation, you've picked up on some minor details. Being the master, you spot this kind of stuff.
18.
18. As you're walking, so first of all, this does look like the wreck of a ship that's been hauled up onto the beach and made into a tavern. It looks like it was probably damaged in battle as you're approaching. This is the second time you've been next to this thing, but with the full moon out tonight, you can actually see it quite well. And you see the very familiar words of Abigail written on the sides of this wreck. And you're kind of, it clicks. You're like, huh, isn't that interesting? This was the ship that supposedly Finn sailed on at one point. Stepping into the place, there are a few of the local color here, but this place is mostly populated by British soldiers that are currently off duty.
Is there a proprietor? Mm-hmm. Two things. First, I'm going to use my umbrella and I'm going to start sending a signal to that lovely snake I met earlier.
Okay.
And I'm going to say, if you want off of this miserable island, meet me in the basement of the. Meet me downstairs in the cellar. In 1 minute. Run.
Can't run. It's a snake.
It'll figure it out. It has feet.
So you're sending a telepathic signal to the snake.
I'm
that you
calling
met.
it to me, so it'll always know where I am as long as I'm on the island, and it will come to me if it's interested.
Okay.
2, I'm going to reach into my bag and pull out what I can only assume to be a disgusting amount of money.
Yeah, I can see that. If you burn a story point, I'll send this all into the narrative.
I'm going to go to the proprietor and say, I will leave this here and walk away, never to be seen from again, if you give me 5 minutes in your cellar to just take whatever I can carry.
Okay. So you lay down, clink, clink, clink,
Clink,
clink,
clink, clink, clink, clink, clink, clink, clink, clink, clink, clink,
doubloons
clink,
and
clink,
gold
clink,
and-
clink.
So the man who has no teeth in his mouth whatsoever, old sea salt, is staring at it, and it looks like he's trying to believe what he's
And this
seeing.
offer expires in 10.
Dun 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 dun.
Excellent.
Dun, dun, dun.
Every man has a price. Yours is very fair. I go downstairs.
He just says, yeah.
I'll need a gin and tonic when I come back upstairs.
You miss the blank stare, and you you walk down in the cellar. Here is it's basically it's one of those cellars that's it's a hole that's been dug underneath this tavern, and the walls are basically being held up by like 4x4s and old planks of wood from the ship that have just been nailed together to pack wet sand back. And it looks like it constantly has to be maintained, but it seems to hold.
I grab a few bottles of rum,
There are old milk.
beautiful bottles
Yeah.
of rum, a few bottles of gin, throw them into the bag, pull out the sonic drill, pop up one of the little floorboards of whatever's down there,
Okay.
of something I know is not going anywhere, place a small device, which I will talk to you about later, and sprinkle it with pixie dust from the snuff box,
No.
and then
Oh
put
my
it
God,
back,
Tal. Okay.
just in case anybody decides to go poking, and then come back upstairs.
on
So
the
you're
glove.
100 years
Yes.
early for tonic.
That's true. I have my own
look,
tonic. I
I'm
didn't. I
just
just got
going-
gin. That's right.
You slip on the glove,
I have my own tonic.
pull out your snuff box, sprinkle it in. You begin to hear the whispers again.
Naughty. I put everything back, head back upstairs, try the gin and tonic. I am unimpressed. I add tonic to the gin and tonic. And an umbrella, and head back out.
The bartender he left the drink for you in a mug. He's not there. But you do your thing. You head back out. By the time you guys have noticed that the master is missing,
By the time I told them the
yeah.
master was
So when you're stepping out, you step out into the night air and glance, and off in, I would say probably about 60 feet away in the bush, off to the side of the road, you see movement.
I drop my bag and just call it in.
Are you heading back to the beach afterwards?
Oh, yes. I've got bottles in hand, drink in hand, and the umbrella. Everything is great.
Time Lords is scary. Okay. So by the time y'all have begun to notice that Zeeps comes wandering back to you guys, and at about that moment is when Corsair notices someone is missing.
You seem to be missing someone.
Oh, bloody hell, where's he gone?
I could just leave him here. He
More
really hated
dangerous
this
than-
place, though. It'd be very funny.
It wouldn't really be fair to the people who live here.
No, that's true.
I've got
Right,
supplies.
Oh my god.
And here he comes.
I've got supplies. I put one of the bottles of rum down. Happy Christmas.
Oh, ye of little faith. I'm going to grab that bottle of rum.
There's more where that came from.
Zeeps looks at it, and you see him look like he's going to be sick when he sees the bottle of rum. He just,
Hair of the dog. It's an Earth expression, right? Am I using
Finn,
it right?
That's right.
Yes.
Doctor, yeah.
Captain
done.
Finn
I
tried
thought you would
to-
know that one by now.
I'm not talking about that.
The night I got this, and he points to the anchor. Captain Finn got me trying that, and anyway. Oh look, a TARDIS, and he goes inside.
A word.
Yes.
Don't.
A little late. The more upcoming you are and the more honest you are with me, the less difficult I'll be.
What do you think the odds of that are exactly?
Oh, very thin. But, you know, I love to gamble.
Have you hurt anyone?
No.
Would you tell me if you had?
Not directly.
Maybe. If I thought it would be fun. But no, I didn't hurt anybody. Can you hear screaming? No. Nothing of consequence to you. Nothing of consequence to anyone. Mostly rum.
I'm curious what your definition of consequence is.
Well, you can tell me who was hijacking my signals, and then I'll be happy to tell you what I was up to.
Is that a fact?
Yes. I have one goal. I'm trying to win against a very difficult opponent, and the more honest you are, the better my chances. So yes, it's the only thing that matters to me, and I'd be willing to do anything for it.
Well, that's worth remembering.
I would say so.
Am I hearing any of this conversation?
Oh,
or
this is
you?
happening right in front
I
of
am
everybody.
Yeah.
not trying to be quiet.
This is happening right in front of
I'm
everybody.
going to catch your eye.
I'm pretty sure we were
walking
away.
back.
Yeah,
We might have been
yeah. We'll see y'all are slogging up the beach.
walking, drying
Of
off.
course.
Rocco,
I
you're
just
not
catch
sure
your eye, just
why
like-
people wear
Wow.
these kinds of boots when they get wet all the time, because your feet weigh about 30 pounds more than they normally do.
I don't understand why mammals swim at all.
Yeah,
It doesn't feel nearly as nice.
biologically completely ill-equipped. I mean, the fact that mammals walk is kind of weird, because they're not even biologically designed. Interesting fun fact, scientists have described human walking as actually a series of controlled falls, because we're so
There's no metaphor in there.
poorly evolved. Interesting.
Well, so some of us don't.
Right.
Cheers.
This is a tricky one.
It's a Christmas dinner, huh?
Well, first we've got to find out what happened here, but
Speaking of.
Do we
you can't go
know?
wandering off.
No, I just kind
What
of
have you done?
Who hijacked my signal?
It's not the Time Lords.
That's fine. Let me know who hijacked my signal, and I'll tell you exactly where I was and what I did. I am.
And you won't wander off again?
I can make no promises,
Well,
but
you can. You just said you'd do anything.
if you continue to be truthful to me and answer my questions, then yes, I will stay within eyesight of at least one member of your menagerie at all times.
And out of their minds.
Unless danger assumes otherwise. Only for the safety of all.
No deal.
Well, I would hate to break my promise. And if I thought you were in danger, I would definitely check. Or I could lie to you and just say, yes, of course.
Right. Davros got into the signal. What have you done?
Davros, really?
I know, it's ridiculous. Can't get rid of any of you.
That doesn't make any sense at all.
I found Finn. Oceans are lovely.
You're sweet for saying you don't have to.
We've got changes of clothes back in the TARDIS.
Absolutely not. You look lovely. Please keep that on.
But you're drenched.
Yes, dear.
So Tal,
Isn't it
Your-
wonderful?
your history with
Why don't you
Davros
get
in this universe
Why don't you get
is even
each
more
other
bitter
some
than
swimming
it is.
lessons?
He
for
shouldn't
next
have been able to
Christmas?
do this, though. That's nuts.
I mean,
That's
I thought
that.
you were a sailor.
There's also the fact that he was your primary opponent during
We
the
haven't
the
been
Time War
around
that
many
you defeated.
oceans where we come from.
You were the one.
See,
You are
okay,
responsible.
Sounds like they're
for,
doing story things now.
You were the principal architect
Stop being
in
entertaining.
destroying the Daleks.
Is this
using-
my Davros or her Davros?
This is her.
No,
no,
it's
it's
yours.
Same.
My Davros.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right.
Same. So
Yeah.
Davros kind of. It's up in the air if Davros hates you more than the Doctor. But you were the principal architect of Davros's defeat during the Time War at Gallifrey.
That's very
and,
distressing.
And last you heard, the last reports were there was a rumor that Davros had gone into hiding on Earth, which you had quarantined. But no news since then. So that he has suddenly resurfaced is that he's re-entered the game as a player is
Problematic at the very
problematic.
least.
Yes.
I
Right,
made,
what did you do?
I made a friend, and I may have buried a small device somewhere where I know no one will touch it.
Go get it.
That ensures that I can escape once all of this is done and you try and kill me.
You say that like I'm going to just let it. Oh yes, very convincing argument. Definitely leave it there.
Haven't you learned that the Doctor doesn't kill people yet? Even you?
How long have you known the Doctor?
About a week, I guess.
Right. Yes, the Doctor doesn't kill people. Yes, that's such a
should get
wonderful
that
estimation that you have there. Of course, I'll go get the device then. That's fine.
Don't listen to him.
Do you want me to wander off alone to go
Constantly
get it?
saying, don't listen
I'll go
to
with
him.
you.
Thank you.
What's he talking about? I
Nothing.
thought you didn't. I thought that was your policy. You know, that we don't kill people.
It is. There are things I can't prevent. Also, he's a big jerk.
Yeah. So he's just he's twisting the truth a little there.
And he does tend to do that.
I see.
All right, let's go get the device then.
The two of us are wandering off to go get it.
Yeah.
Don't want the master with someone
Um,
who already got
just
it.
because,
Super annoyed.
Cillian, just because
she
you were
wanted to
present
use
when the
that
conversation was happening, I'm going to say
She
that
could have
Cillian,
told me in private.
even though
That's why I was looking for
you,
you when you left.
Did everyone just walk
There's-
away?
no, no,
No,
no.
no,
Two of them did.
Two of them.
So even though you were present when the conversation was happening, so but the thing is and you can correct me if I'm misinterpreting this, but Cillian has grown to trust the Doctor implicitly. So those two facts mix into a bad formula right now because as you're hearing the Master saying this, I mean obviously you don't know if you can trust the Master,
I don't trust the master at all.
Right.
No.
but you do remember hearing in the back of your mind. You don't remember exactly what it was he said, but Dalan Darius seemed to be referring to something about genocide that got the Doctor really riled up. You're not sure what they were going on about, but it was certainly a reaction you've never seen from the Doctor.
And there was some. There have been references to another version of the Doctor that had some bad ideas and
Yeah.
did kill some people.
Possibly. There's been that thrown around. But so as the Doctor's telling you this, I'm going to say, Cillian, you absolutely accept what she's saying. You believe it. Sure. But that's the smug smile on the Master's face.
Yeah.
It's like you can't, what sends a chill up your spine is the fact that he does, in fact, know the Doctor better than anyone in the universe.
Yeah. There is clearly another level to this that we're not talking about.
Yeah, you're kind of letting it drop because the Doctor, you trust implicitly, like I said. But yeah, it's that smile. Kind of chills you a little bit.
Yeah.
But moving on. So you were all in front of the TARDIS. What was about to happen?
The
We
two
were
of
running
us-
back to get the device.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna head back to the okay.
You're going to tell me what happened for 2 days.
Um,
Sorry we left you for so long.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. So you're heading back to, the two of you head back
Yes.
to the tavern. You walk in.
I walk in. I left something downstairs. Don't worry, I'm not grabbing anything else.
You open the door.
There shouldn't be anything there yet, so.
You open the door.
Oh no.
So as you both step into the tavern, first of all, Master, you smell danger the moment you step in.
I take one quick look inside and then shut the door. What do I see? Oh wait, I take a long look at what I see.
Good call. So you walk in, and Corsair, you're used to seeing and hearing people in this place. It starts to settle on you. Your instinct, being the Corsair, being someone who's been in firefights, being somebody who you're the rogue of the universe, right? So you're used to feeling that sort of innate danger sense, and you kind of get that impression from your fellow Time Lord as y'all are walking up to the door. It suddenly starts feeling like you're in a spider's web. Like you get that sort of feeling that danger is literally lurking just beyond the door. And as he opens it up, he freezes and doesn't move, and you don't know what he's doing, but he stops and just stares straight ahead.
I'm pulling the Sontaran gun sword thingy.
I've got my drill.
You've got, yes.
What did you do?
It's in the middle of the room. When you see he freezes, he's staring at something, and as you kind of glance over his shoulder, the room is completely empty of people, and there is a weeping angel in the middle of the room.
Oh.
It's standing in the dead center of the tavern, and you see what looks like where everyone was sitting before. You see empty chairs, plates that were in the middle of being eaten. Some chairs have been overturned. It looks like there's a smoking gun on the floor. It's the wisp of smoke coming out of the chamber. And there's this beautiful statue of a woman with wings, and she's looking right at the two of you.
That's not supposed
Are
to
you
happen.
kidding me?
Yeah. Wow, that's not supposed to happen.
I walk over to it and look at it.
It's that cold, statuesque stare as she's looking right back at you.
Well, you killed one of these outside your tortoise and the whale, didn't you?
You know, this didn't have to be this way. This could have been done nicely.
And I take the drill and I just start hitting it until it's powder.
He starts viciously beating the angel. And, oh man, this is a showdown I would pay good money to watch in a Doctor Who episode. The Master beating the hell out of a weeping angel.
With
Okay,
an umbrella,
so
by the way.
Actually, while he does that, I'm going to go grab a drink.
Thank you.
let's hold on. I gotta open up the Weeping Angel page, which I never thought I was gonna actually have to do in this game, but here we go. Okay, so.
Yep, would pay good money to see this.
Yeah. Okay. There is a small paragraph on destroying Weeping Angels.
I'm doing what I did to it last time.
Okay.
So
Submitting.
it can't die, obviously.
Okay.
Died again today.
Okay, cool. So what are we looking at for stats? Yes, it is immortal, which is both awesome and not cool at the same time.
That pretty much sums them up, actually.
Okay. All right, Tal. So what you'll need to do. So essentially, what you did last time is you're going to have to set the harmonics of your screwdriver to essentially shatter the molecular structure of this creature.
Yeah, it's got that setting.
It's
Goodbye,
going to
story
cost you
point.
some story points, though.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to say this is going to be rather.
The drill in the bag, I imagine,
Yeah.
at the very least.
So I'm going to say burn 5 story points, and I will let you temporarily disable, and you can actually.
Powdering it and going to put it back in the snuff box with a dustbin.
Okay. Okay. Oh my God, I love that image. So who's telepathic? Raise your hands. Okay. You hear a screeching sound in your minds for a split second. For a split moment,
What's going on?
you hear the agonized screams of a malicious entity that's being either tortured or being put through the motions of some kind of painful event, and then it cuts off.
I figured that was happening. That was why I was pouring a drink.
Yeah, you pour a drink as you watch the master use a technique you've never seen before. He applies the sonic screwdriver, and you watch cracks. You've never seen an angel succumb to technology like this. But the master apparently has learned a technique, and you watch him as he applies to all the weak points in this angel as this immortal being literally begins to crumble before your very eyes until it finally shatters.
I mean, that's not really a surprise because we found the remains of the one outside
Yeah.
his TARDIS.
Interestingly enough, too, what you're also starting to realize as somebody who's encountered angels, if you encounter pieces of the Weeping Angel, it'll regenerate. They're immortal. They don't go away.
They're like Wolverine.
That one outside his TARDIS was not regenerating. So it's starting to occur to you that there's an insidious sort of maybe stasis effect in play, but this was a little outside of the purview. And as Master shatters this thing, you see him pull out his thing, start dusting up the angel. The screaming stops. Y'all are still on the beach next to the TARDIS.
Have you
Gonna
been
head the
carrying
direction they
that
went as
around
soon
the
as I
whole
heard the
time?
scream.
You would not believe what I've been carrying around the whole time.
You see him putting the powder of this weeping angel into a snuff box that looks like it also has more powder inside.
How many are in there?
Oh, just one, I think.
Yes,
can
but how
keep
many
count?
can that become?
All of them, I think. They're not supposed to do that, though. I'm going to run downstairs and grab just my little teleporter, emergency chronological teleporter
Okay.
disc that I put down there in case of. And did somebody hack my bloody box? What?
So you take off downstairs. About the
I
time
follow.
you head down in, what's that?
I'm following downstairs.
Okay. As you're following him downstairs, you enter the tavern because at about this point you've run.
Yeah,
out
we've
of
all
breath.
run.
Okay, out of breath, you all storm into the tavern. You guys following Roko and the doctor, who are apparently responding to some kind of psychic event. But as y'all charge into this tavern, the place is completely empty, and you hear loud voices downstairs in the basement.
Oh, that's not good.
I
But
just
yes.
got this place in order. You
Yeah.
guys been here 2 seconds.
This place, it's eerie because, as I described, it looks like everyone literally just dropped what they were doing and walked away. You
Yeah.
see empty plates of food, half-drank tankards of ale. You see
All
a couple.
military guns or pirate guns?
No, a few of them are military. One of them is a pirate musket, and you can smell in the air the fresh scent of gunpowder. Like there have been shots fired.
Yeah.
That's fine.
So
You just said question.
the floorboard's been pulled up, and you see your device has been activated.
We've been discovered.
You've been discovered. This is all you know.
I wouldn't have to do this if people trusted me in the first place. It's such a double-edged sword.
People not trusting you, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Maybe implants in their heads and things like that.
These things happen. Nothing personal.
You feel the sensation, Tal, of just like as you hear the footsteps of the doctor coming down the basement.
Very quickly before the doctor comes into earshot, I'm like, we need to have a conversation later.
Inside voice or outside voice?
Either one.
That'll do.
Doctor comes downstairs.
have you
You
done?
see the master and Corsair are gathered around a hole in the floor, and he's holding up a device, clearly Time Lord in origin. I'm guessing the rest of y'all have sort of followed down to see what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
So y'all are all on the staircase, again, the basement as I described it. There's some floorboards, patches of areas. Finn's been down here a
I
few
made a
times.
miscalculation due to a lack of information, and I put it on the ground.
Who hacked it this time?
I was assumed Davros at this point. I can't use any
Davros?
tech.
Were there people?
This shriek of Roko as you hear a name you were hoping to never hear again.
First, how many people were here before you got here?
I know that exact number.
Yes, there were 14 people in this tavern.
14 people, mostly
And,
British soldiers.
Where are they now?
They are at the moment at a Bauhaus concert in South Los Angeles in 1986.
And how did they get there exactly?
Weeping Angel.
What?
It's been taken care of.
Actually, it has been.
Cillian, once again, you're feeling completely like,
Let's pretend they've now explained to me more or less what a weeping
Sure.
angel is. Everyone knows what
We
that
did it
is.
when we
so-
were in the whale.
Yeah.
sure, I'll let you know.
Do I?
Yeah. As someone who's hopped the galaxies for 11 years, you've probably come across one of the most dangerous creatures in the,
Alright.
in the
I just
universe.
didn't know if we'd ever seen him.
I would say you've probably seen one. You've definitely heard of them, so you know what to look out for.
All right.
It's like a mermaid. Everybody thinks they've seen one.
Yeah. They're the Elvis of Doctor Who.
Explain.
I'm not entirely sure. I hand her the box.
It is a temporal teleportation device, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. It's Time Lord tech. It's basically a lower, I would say, it's not quite as utilitarian as a vortex manipulator, but it's obviously the same tech with the same alterations.
And where did the angel come from?
It came from the defense mechanism of the box, which was anybody who was supposed to find it was just supposed to be transported via its technology to the Bauhaus concert, where they will be wrangled, taken care of, and replaced at such point that it is necessary. It's an emergency escape valve I have for people that I don't necessarily need or want to kill yet. There's a paradox around. You can't just go willy-nilly killing people.
That's almost kind. It's
It's
very.
extremely
You
practical.
carry around a weeping angel. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that it's an extremely effective way of getting out of a situation.
Right. Well, we've got to get them back.
They will be returned once everything has been sorted. That's not hard.
Right.
And in the meantime, it's a very good concept.
Apparently he's still around somewhere. We just don't know where, and he's been listening to us this
Yeah,
whole
hacked
time.
into River and Mines implants.
You know.
Cillian is totally the Kermit the Frog meme, sipping the tea at this point, just like, yeah, another day in Doctor Who. Just like,
You have to admit, as a non-lethal defense mechanism, it is rather brilliant.
I don't have to admit anything, actually.
That was
It
a
just occurred to me.
phenomenal admittance right there. Thank you.
I hope your snuff box is hotter than hacked than all of your other tech.
Thankfully, the snuff box cannot be hacked. It is just a chronologically locked snuff box.
So what are we doing about him?
Well, I obviously can't put any tech anywhere anymore. We'll be discovered. For that matter, can we make sure that the TARDIS is not corruptible?
That's not who you meant, is it?
I mean, we thought we had bigger things to do, and so we went looking for the Doctor of this universe and the Tears, and we knew that he was out there, and we shouldn't be surprised that he came back or
We've
never
known he's-
left. But
The
we-
best case scenario is that we will have to stop him once we've kept all of this existing.
I
But we
mean,
knew that. I'm sorry.
but it's like he says, if we can't use technology, if we can't trust.
I cannot believe I'm about to say this, but he is not the real issue at the moment. He is just an extremely irritating distraction that I will deal with in my way once this is taken care of.
We fall off a cliff together. That'd be nice.
Happily.
A small cliff. I don't know.
Doctor, I would probably also tell you it's worth noting. Weeping Angels they're not just immortal, they are astonishingly difficult to injure or destroy.
Nothing he's describing should be possible.
Well, just to let me give you a game mechanic idea. Because you've had enough encounters with Weeping Angels that I would say this is totally fine to have as player knowledge. But physical wise, Weeping Angels can absorb 15 points of damage before you can actually hurt them. That would be 2 shots at the exact same time from Velig's gun at maximum setting before you actually wounded one.
A little.
And apparently the Master has found a way to shatter them
And grind them into
dust. So I'm just letting you know this would be Doctor's knowledge. In Corsair, you obviously would know a thing or two about this too. The fact that the Master has mastered a technique, also known as spending 6 freaking story points, which by the way is enough story points to alter the course of an entire story. It's pretty remarkable and a little disconcerting.
Yeah, not the main issue right now, though. So I'm
Sure.
just sort of filing that away.
I'm sure we're
You
having...
can file
yeah.
it away, but astonishing nonetheless.
Right. Surrounded by ancient enemies, causing problems everywhere we go. It's another lovely Christmas.
Oh yeah, we were going to go back and have dinner.
Yeah, that might be maybe we all need a little bit of a break right now.
Well,
We haven't
We're
had
getting-
it yet.
we're putting these people back where they were.
Guess
I
should've saved the
can't
present.
do
As
that
we're
right
going to a
now. I can
concert?
do it once this has been taken care of, but until the paradox is gone, I can't really touch anything.
So, real quick, so you guys would know. So once you're attacked by a Weeping Angel, you're done. Like you were sent wherever you're sent to, you are time locked. You are never coming back. Now,
Right.
here's the kicker though, because of the paradox, it's actually conceivable because, let me tell you what, why don't we put this up to a roll so I can tell you exactly how much the Doctor and the Time Lords, if y'all want. If y'all want to sort of go deep into your temporal knowledge that you've learned from the Academy and from everything you know, go ahead, I would say make a knowledge ingenuity check. I'm sorry. Yeah.
The doctor's broken
science.
a Weeping Angel time lock before.
I believe so. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead and
Wait,
make
It's not a real one.
ingenuity and silence. Yeah.
Ingenuity and
Ingenuity and science.
Does Time Lord stuff go into
Yes.
that at all?
What is the merit called again?
If there's Time Lord and Time Lord Experienced, which I have.
Does that give you a bonus?
I
I don't think it does. I think it
Yeah.
just gives you bonus traits that you add to
Okay.
the thing.
Yeah. Right.
So I would just say make a straight up roll. But as Gallifreyans, I'm going to say that this is not going to be particularly difficult.
20.
21.
Okay.
Actually paid attention to the subject in school, apparently.
It's fascinating.
I'm deciding whether to. I'm going to spend a point on this.
All right. So what is that? What was your roll?
14.
You don't roll 2 more dice. If you've already rolled, you
I
don't.
haven't.
Oh, you haven't yet. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So 14, 19, 28.
Okay, then all 3 of you. So a Weeping Angel, what it happens is you are time locked and you are simply inaccessible for all time. Like that's it. That's the end of your story. With the paradox in play, it's actually conceivable to go and get somebody who's been time locked because paradox is making the universe constantly correct itself, as you know. It's like the universe is constantly trying to plug up holes so the water doesn't get in. And as a result, it's creating logistical problems in its own timelines, contradicting itself. As we've all seen, it's creating storylines that shouldn't exist or contradict what you know about what just happened, hence Mickey and everything else that's going on and whatever influences Cillian's having on it. It's conceivable that you can go back and get whoever these Weeping Angels sent off to wherever they went. It's going to be difficult to find out exactly where. If the Master's telling the truth, then you know exactly where. But the other risk is, right now with only 1 tear left, it could be challenging because the universe is starting to basically solidify again. The wounds are healing. You also don't know what the damages would be to an already fragile timeline if you were to remove someone who was meant to be time locked. It's completely, you're stepping into theoretical. You're stepping into the theoretical.
You tend to live a long and healthy life, and everything tends to go just fine.
Yeah, you're basically just handed a brand new story.
Yeah.
So
That tends to be very pleasant.
I thought they usually went backwards.
They always go. They don't always go back. They do always go backwards, but this angel is actually from the future.
Good save.
Well, the angel is technically. This
Yeah,
is
yeah,
actually
no,
from
of
the
course.
future.
But yeah, no,
So
I
the
was
time
just like,
point
yeah,
is
how
actually
does
while it is in
that-
the future. It's
Oh, right, yeah.
burning
So
from the
totally
from the
would work.
angel's current chronological point, not
Yeah,
from its actual
Player
physical
and
point in time.
character are clever.
Yes.
No. God only knows what Davros was feeding it, which is how I assume it escaped.
Sorry, what?
Well, that's what I would do if I had access to this thing, is I would have just started shoving people through into it.
I'm going to scan the crap out of that thing.
Please.
okay, make your ingenuity tech roll.
Uh, 23.
Man, Time Lords.
Didn't even
23.
roll for-
Oh yeah, Davros has been hacking this thing. You recognize immediately the same signal. He is all up in y'all stuff.
Would you do me one more favor? And I pull out my sonic drill and I hand it to her. Just take a look at it, make sure it's not doing anything inappropriate.
What is this?
It looks it's a sonic screwdriver that has been, well, yeah, it's
There you go.
Which part of this is...
it's a little
Thank
less passive than a sonic screwdriver.
It doesn't have a heal function, it has a break function. It can break things as opposed to heal things.
It is the red lightsaber to your blue lightsaber.
I'm quite proud of it.
Is this the umbrella you handed over?
The umbrella, it's just the handle of the umbrella which detaches.
Oh,
so.
okay.
Yeah. So,
Last time we tried to repair one of the paradox tears, there was a reality-destroying death beast and 2 temporal guard. Do we really want Davros sneaking up our back as we try to prepare the last one? If he's gotten in this far, if he's really seen everything that's been transmitted, he knows where we're going.
This is the only piece of traditional Time Lord. Everything else I have is just too alien not to be. Oh, wait. Oh no. Oh no.
Does that mean Davros has all the data that you got from the tear last time?
I don't know.
I'm
Can
pretty
we
sure
can we
that's
find
what
out
it
if the
means.
drill has
the
been
drill been
compromised?
so this is going to require a roll.
Yep.
God damn it.
What about their?
Still don't know what happened to
their-
this friggin' town.
What
If you
about
don't
the
mind,
like
while you
the
guys do all
this-
teleporting
Manipulator?
things? Yeah, the vortex
Who's
manipulators.
so as far
I
as I
think
know,
Finn's got
Finn has
one.
one, and I think. Do you have one?
I
Corsair?
have 2.
You have 2. That's right.
But-
Store away,
yeah.
Yeah, but you're only wearing one.
I'm wearing one. One's in a bag or pocket somewhere.
It's where it needs to be.
Go ahead
But
and
it
make
might
the
be on
roll
camera
there,
for
Doctor.
now.
All
Let's
right.
find out if. Let's find out if Davros has been doing naughty to the Sonic.
I think I need
I should
some
probably pull a
Spending
couple
another-
other
yeah, I was
things
gonna
out of
say
my
that.
bag.
You're like, I should probably
Yeah.
run virus scanner right
I,
about
yeah,
now.
I'm watching with
I should
interest.
probably start
Yeah.
Bit Defender or.
I'm just gonna take all the Time Lord tech off me. Unfortunately, can't do anything about this one.
We checked out the arm though, didn't we?
Yeah, you checked
Yeah,
your.
yeah.
Yeah, we
It-
checked the arm.
It could only be hacked via
From
your
him.
brain.
Yeah.
Right, just my brain.
Just your brain.
I'm just gonna.
Short range.
I'm just gonna. Yeah, I'm
Short
gonna
range
take it all off
telepathic
and then just be like,
receptors should be fine.
if it's all the same to you, I'll be upstairs. And just walk
Go
up.
upstairs into the tavern.
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye on the Time Lords, Cillian. They seem to be making
Spend another
colossal
point.
messes, and I
They do.
follow her.
Okay.
29.
No. There's no signal emanating from that piece of tech. It doesn't look like Davros has touched it. There are 2 temporal vortex manipulators. It's actually just vortex manipulator, but every time I start saying it, I have to correct. It's vortex manipulators. They're laying on the table. These are the ones worn by the TGs that Finn has been wearing. I think only one of them.
I've only-
Because
What?
oh no, they both fully function.
They're both fully functioning.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
They're
yeah.
the brand new ones I got after Davros
Right.
was already gone.
With that roll, I'll just say you do a general scan. There doesn't appear to be any tampering from Davros. And
If
these
they're just
pieces.
sitting
Just
there,
the
I'm
snuff
taking
box.
one.
It's entirely
No!
possible.
They were for her to check. How dare you? I will know. I will fight you.
Time Lord Tech is technically one step above Dalek technology.
Yeah.
So it's entirely possible that Davros hasn't figured this out yet.
Yeah. How did he get into the snuff box?
Well, you're not. Well,
Oh, no, it wasn't the
The
snuff,
snuff
box.
box.
It was
No,
the,
he got into the teleporter.
he got into the teleporter.
Right.
Which I didn't really build. It was just something I had.
How did he even know it was there? How did he even know it was there?
I don't know. There's one.
You
there's
don't have an implant, do you?
Make a roll.
Something has to receive the signal that could.
I know.
I'm just throwing story points in all of these. Sorry.
Also, he knew
Burning
about
away.
this place because that was before the implant got shut off, right?
This is also. Does anybody else noticed where we are right now?
In the
Basement
basement
of
of this.
Pub in the Caribbean.
What is the pub made out of?
Shipwreck.
Which ship?
The Abigail. Oh, you're upstairs. Yeah.
I'm upstairs.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
You probably wouldn't notice that.
I know I'm in the Abigail. I've been in here.
It's possible that this just had enough traces that they've been keeping an eye
I
on
took a
it.
part of the Abigail. That's what
Where
I
they
made
took
your
it from in
tree
the first
out of.
place.
That's how I find you.
Telling me about it right now.
I am. I'm telling you. Your tree is made out of a part of the Abigail, so you can have
See.
a part of my past with you.
That is really
Oh,
sweet.
31.
Screw that
He's
guy with the
transmitting a signal to
ancestor
Davros.
talk.
Yeah, no, I gave
Not only
my ship
that,
new life. You don't kill a tree. to
there
live.
is Dalek
What if you
technology
take a dead
inside
tree
of
and
him.
give it life?
It's distinctive.
I know. I'm gonna
Let me
murder
put it
a
this
tree.
way. You remember when people sometimes, you've encountered it before, when a Dalek kills someone and installs Dalek tech, you immediately detect the presence of Dalek technology buried deep within him, including an eye stalk that can extend at any particular moment should it become activated.
You're fine.
You're going to need to make a roll.
I'm telepathic.
My goodness.
I'm.
Holy
And I never trust a word you say.
I saw that reaction. I
Yeah,
am also.
we're gonna see if Amy's doctor can hide the horror that just crept up into her face.
She has more story points.
And to make this even more difficult, you all hear the frenzied shout of "Doctor!" upstairs coming from Finn and Roko.
Uh-oh.
I'm just
things
assuming
to-
that's what y'all would do when I describe to
Yeah,
you.
you can
Okay.
do that. I'm okay with that.
So go ahead, and you're going to have to make, this is going to be
Wonderful.
very
Yeah,
tricky
well, how
because the
does this
master is
work?
very good at reading people. So
And
you are going to
Coursera
have to
too.
make an awareness,
Subterfuge.
yeah,
What's mine?
this is going to be
Presence
awareness
and
subterfuge. You are going to have to make an awareness, I believe this would be an awareness resolve check. Yes, awareness resolve.
Can I do that
Is
as
your
well?
resolve back up?
It
Yes.
should be.
Okay.
I will reward 3 story points for those who do not spend story points on this roll.
Oh no. I get do I get
Okay, I won't spend a story.
do I get a
point on
+2
this roll.
for my mental ability on this or no?
Or does psychic count on this?
I'm okay if no.
Because you all have
I think
it.
it would
kind of
count.
null.
I think you would have to announce your active.
Taliesin, I think it's going to cancel because I have a +4 to resist.
No, they're
Okay, so we'll just call it.
Okay, so just
Okay.
call it a straight roll.
Even.
Then.
Yeah.
Okay, I will not use a story point and collect 3.
All right, then you can get 3 story points.
I'm also not using a story
You
point.
gained 3 story points, which is very good because you were hungry for
I
some
was
there
down
after
to
that
1.
Shattering that angel. All right, go ahead and make your roll. And Doctor, you burned a story point. Is that correct to mask this, or?
I haven't declared it yet, but I'm going to.
Okay.
It was awareness resolve, you said?
Awareness resolve.
What do
and
I...
Yours is yours is, I believe it is presence and subterfuge. And check your traits to make sure, because the doctor is very good at lying when he or she needs to lie.
Do you have charming, Doctor?
I do. Does that apply to this?
I'm the wrong one to ask.
What?
Can I brave +2 resolve?
What's that?
Mm.
No.
You're not afraid.
No, that wouldn't apply here.
How does the adversary trait affect mechanics?
Adversary is more of a storyline plot device.
Great, that's what I thought.
That
I'm just reading all the traits.
okay. Yeah. No, you've got plenty of them.
Yeah.
Carpet bag full, one could say.
Silly, and once again, a spectator and watching these Time Lords have a conversation, you're like, what's going on? And then you hear the shouts of Finn and Roko upstairs. Let's find out. Let's resolve this check real
I
quick.
need to keep an eye on these Time Lords.
See, that's it. I want to, because they're all so concerned with
No,
what they're
because I
doing. I
haven't
want to
figured out
go
what this is
upstairs and see what you guys, what's going on with
We were
you
just
two.
having a
But
nice
then,
time.
I'm like, but then you
Yeah,
asked me to
happened.
watch them, so I'm like torn between what to do.
All right, Doctor.
Would you count charming on this?
Me.
I mean, when are you not charmed by me?
Heyo.
Hey.
Probably yes.
Not
I would say
100% sure
one
that's
of
fair.
one of the mechanisms the Doctor
Lying is a
uses
charm.
is humor and lightheartedness when they're lying about something. We've seen it happen many, many times when things are very much not okay, and the Doctor's like, "Yeah, it's fine." So I will allow you the +2.
Now, if someone has charming, can they detect when someone else is being
No.
charming?
No, that takes empathetic.
Okay, I think that's the only one that's going to actually
Probably.
apply here.
So go ahead and make your roll.
7, 8, 9. Can I borrow some dice?
Like,
you
which, yes, I picked the ones that rolled the worst in my test roll before.
Thank you. I appreciate that quite a bit.
Jody and cursed dice, man.
Don't talk to me about cursed dice right
Let's see
now.
what
Nope.
happens,
still
ladies and
recovering.
gentlemen.
No.
Exactly middling.
Probably.
Right before we go on our break, so let's
Oh, 21.
21.
21.
No!
Right.
Go to break. Go to break. We're gonna go to break. We'll be right back. I love you.
What the heck, man?
Time Lord.
Oh, hey, welcome back. What were we doing?
Again,
We were drinking ale in a pub.
Everything's fine.
what we're doing is everyone just rolled
big
21, and we're all super excited.
We were
And we're
screaming.
going
We were
upstairs.
playing something, right? I think we were playing something.
I think we're playing Chaos the RPG.
No. Happy Cinco de Mayo, by the way, to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, that's why they're passing these
Yeah.
boys out right now. All right.
Legitimately had forgotten.
For me, it's Weed and
Yeah,
Mayo.
well,
Weed and Mayo.
Yeah.
My
Deacon
friends
Sundry
and
will
I,
do that
we
to you.
Weed
You'll be
marathon
like,
Weed
"It's-
after this.
it's
So.
Friday.
See, I
What day
Wait.
is it?
yes.
Was it my birthday?
Yeah, you
last
want to
month?
come?
I forgot to celebrate.
Damn it!
I have literally done nothing for my birthday. It's been like 4 months.
My friend Trevor.
Welcome back, everybody.
All right,
I
friend
didn't
Trevor.
even have
We're going to
5.
jump back
Yeah, I had 5.
into the craziness that is going down. Let's go ahead and just immediately launch into the result of the triple 21. That could not have gone any more entertainingly.
We should maybe move this.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, we have we have a.
Yeah, you can just put it right
For
here.
those of you who were wondering, that is a full plate of burritos in frame.
Ain't full no more.
And
That's true. It ain't full no more.
Guac.
And some guac.
I hastily evacuated mine.
Leave
but-
it. It's a Christmas episode.
It's true. Okay, so 21, 21, 21.
California.
Christmas
Wow.
dinner came
Well,
to us.
that's a yes, but across the board. The doctor is telling the truth.
Ish.
But the Sonic, you guys, you two are familiar enough with Sonic technology to know when the Sonic is detecting a certain kind of reading. And let's just say for a split second before the doctor answers the question, you kind of get, it's fine. You're fine. Now, it happens so quick that you're not 100% sure if the Sonic was behaving the way it should have been or if it was detecting something. But let me put it this way. The doctor gave you your answer, and you're fairly certain there's more to the story. It's literally a yes, but in the case of the answer that she gives you when you're fine. And just as you,
Irritatingly healthy you are.
and that's when again you hear, "Doctor!" upstairs.
Gotta see to that.
What's wrong?
You rush off.
Yep.
Not sure. Yeah.
The two of you,
told
you've
us.
known the doctor for a while, Corsair. Master, you two grew up together. You've known the doctor since y'all were in school together. She's not just running to danger right now, she's running away from
This.
this.
Oh yeah.
So you run upstairs, you run up to the area, the tavern area. There's no one up here. There's another staircase. Oh wait, you were just going upstairs to the main area, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
wanted. I
Okay.
just wanted
We
to
were
be
there.
away from that.
Okay.
I tried to move wrong. Not you, but like the situation.
Oh.
But also you.
I've had a long couple days. I
What?
just need more.
You get to the top of the stairs breathlessly, just like, what's happening? And you see Finn and Roko are completely still, facing down 3 weeping angels that are across the room. It looks like they're behind, they're scattered. One's behind the bar, and the other two, it looks like they were in the process of reaching out as the two of them were walking up the staircase.
Master, your mess has spread a bit.
It would be really
There
helpful
are
to be in
3
Evercall right
of
now.
them.
Can't believe I
Yes,
just
what's
called
that?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, yeah, there are 3 weeping angels staring you all down right now.
Took you long enough.
How
Eyes are starting to bug up my head.
Did you go upstairs then, or?
Once I heard my name, I came.
And I follow. I'm not gonna stay down there by
I
myself.
grab my money back off the bar and I come.
Curiously enough, much to the surprise, Roko, it starts to dawn on you as you're staring at these weeping angels that you can just keep looking at them. The truth is, when you blink, as a reptilian, you have a milky
That's why I said it would
Lens.
be really helpful to be an Evercall right now.
yes.
Can
So
I
you-
actually shapeshift, like, out without having blinked?
I would say yes.
Groovy.
Cool.
I would like to have. I assume I would have done that then.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was
So
like, we're both in human
Rocco
form. This is
is
hard.
in.
Oh yeah.
Rocco's in Rocco's normal form.
On the anti-weeping
And
angel.
Doctor, you're kind of watching, and you see Rocco staring and blinking at the Weeping Angels. And you see, when reptiles blink, they have that milky, their eyelids close, but sometimes there's that milky sort of, that, I forget what it's called. I'm a terrible biology major. But Rocco can see right through that extra lens that moisturizes their eyes as they're blinking.
Remember
And-
the lawn ornaments
What's
in
that?
his yard? I found more.
How many entrances and exits are there to this room?
To the upstairs area,
Yes.
there is the front door, obviously, which is the old captain's cabin door that leads out to the front. There's a couple of portholes that are just big enough to get the upper part of your body through, but there are a few areas that look like they've been boarded up, probably where cannon used to slide into the gun whales or the gun holes, wherever they're called.
Everyone keeps watching the walls. They're pack hunters.
Couldn't you just call the TARDIS in here?
I might be able to. I'd like to know how many of these things were leaving here exactly.
There was one.
Well done.
Yes, well, it wouldn't have been a problem if someone had simply told me the truth.
It would absolutely have. You were going to do this anyway.
I absolutely was not.
Can we focus on the weeping angels and how we're getting rid of them, please?
I don't think we are. Wait.
What are we waiting for?
We have. No, that wouldn't work.
What?
I mean, we can't use the teleporter, can we? We can't. Wait. Weeping angels can't touch each other, can they?
They can't look at each other. They can.
Can we turn them to face each other?
Yeah, they can. They can
You
come
can't
into
touch
physical
them.
contact with each other because to send somebody back is actually an act of will on their part. So they can touch each other. Not that they do, but they can. It's gazing at each other is when they get into trouble.
Damn. That won't work
And there's
then.
3 of them, right?
There are 3 of them. Yes.
That we can see.
Yes.
That-
There might be more outside.
So we can face
Actually, I'm gonna go look out
2 of them
the
together.
window.
Keep looking
At
out the
least
windows.
one.
Okay. You look out the window. No one in the streets.
Oy.
That's not good.
How did he do this?
Completely empty. The only sound outside is the lapping of waves in the distance and the cracking of the flag in a tight breeze above.
I'm going to try and scan
Where's Zeeps?
this. I'm going to try and scan the 3 in
Yeah,
the
where
room.
is
see-
Eric,
see-
where's Zeeps?
Zeeps went back into the TARDIS.
Thank
Oh.
God.
Remember? Zeeps.
That boy is not dying on our watch.
I want to know what
Especially
these
not off
are because
screen.
this is not
Yeah.
possible.
The
So,
Weeping Angels?
yeah.
You're going to scan them? Go ahead and make your roll.
That's a. What is the scan roll?
So
Ingenuity
that's going to
technology?
be Ingenuity plus Technology.
Ingenuity
Usually
technology.
check adept.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tech Adept does apply. Let's get that plus 2 bonus going.
17.
Well, let's see. If you spend a story point, I'll let you bump that up to the next level. It'll be a yes, but.
Yep.
You're not getting, from all intents and purposes, it looks like they're weeping angels. They seem to be, they match all of the readings. Here's an interesting fact, though. You could be mistaking it, but your sonic might be picking up residual paradox energy on them. What about the clock is definitely reacting to
Doctor?
paradox.
Yes?
That's not normal.
No, it is not.
They
Yeah.
should not be doing that.
The clock is reacting. It looks like, Doctor, if you want to run a scan now, I'll let you, since he's kind of clued you into what he was doing.
Still keeping an eye out the window.
Probably a good idea.
I'm
You don't see-
darting.
It is eerie, but there is nothing in the streets. Nothing. It's just completely empty.
If I don't
This
have to
town
stare
that
at
was
these, I can
populated
look
is
at the
complete.
rest
What's that?
of them.
What's that, Rocco?
I was saying to the others that if I don't have to stare at these 3, I can
Keep
quietly
staring
look
at
the
these
rest
3.
of the-
Yes, please
Only
keep
someone
staring at
Please.
Rid of them.
Keep staring.
I guess I'm gonna go stand in the stairwell that we
Okay.
just came up and look down because one materialized down there.
Thank
As you approach the stairwell, you begin to feel this creeping sense of dread as to what you're going to see when you look down those old, like, crickety wooden stairs back down into the dirt of the basement. I mean, it's relatively dark down there, being that it's the middle of the night still, and it's only lit by lamplight. But as you look down those stairs into the darkness and see the flickering of the flames, you see an empty basement. Doesn't appear to be anything down there right now.
Keep
But-
your eyes peeled.
Don't
Yeah.
go too far.
I'm just gonna stay there.
All right.
Blink an eye at a time.
Trust me, I've tried this, wondering if I could pull it off, and it wears on you after a while.
Yeah, it does.
Your eyes don't like
It's
it.
better with two people because then you just take it in shifts. You go, okay, next,
Yeah,
next,
yeah.
next, next, next.
One eye at a time sounds like a brilliant idea, but it starts to wear on you.
I feel like Time Lords could do it though.
Also,
You start twitching because I also used
Their
to
biology's all weird.
Considering Time Lords
Anyway.
can survive in the vacuum of space for a short amount of time, it's possible.
you'll blink less often if there's not people in your field of view.
No, there's no one out there.
21.
Okay, so you're running a scan to find out if these are the weeping angel, if these weeping angels are real, or you're basically
I'm
scanning
following
them.
up on this paradox energy he's discovered. and-
Sure. Yeah. 21. Yes. You're not sure exactly. You don't have any. Let's put it this way. With that roll, it's a yes, but so it's you're definitely getting. It's a bit higher than his roll, so you're getting the paradox energy for sure. It's an aura around them, much like Cillian almost, but it doesn't look like. What's interesting about this is with that scan, what you learn is that these angels look like they might have passed through or had come into contact with paradox energy. What's fascinating about this scan isn't what you're learning about the weeping angels, it's what they're helping you learn about Cillian. Because as you scan them and you get the reading, you realize it looks like they've been corrupted by paradox. And you're starting to realize the paradox looks like the nature of the aura on Cillian. Actually, it might be emanating from Cillian, as opposed to just being around him, as opposed to just being, for example, with the weeping angels, opposed to just like, think of it like passing through a waterfall. You're still wet.
Yeah.
In this case,
He's leaking paradox.
he's leaking paradox. With these readings, you're getting a contrast between two beings who've come into contact with it, and that's what you're getting from the Sonic.
Still vote for calling the TARDIS up here
Why?
to get out of here.
Well, yes.
Oh, right, yeah, there's that.
But I'd like to. If there's anyone in this town they haven't gotten to, I'd like to see if I can prevent it. So then, this is what I meant. I can't always prevent the destruction. But we do what we can.
Who's looking out the window right now? The only way, like I've described the silence outside, as it stretches on while this conversation is happening, you begin to realize it's giving you that instinct. It feels like there's no other way to say it. It feels like you're looking at a graveyard. That's how quiet it is out there.
I don't think there's anyone left.
Whoever's left would be screaming. This is scary, so, you know.
Roku, can you detect minds?
Not while I'm staring. I usually close my eyes.
Do I detect any residual psychic energy in the?
You wouldn't have to roll for that. I would say you're detecting. Again, as you kind of like quiet your mind for a second to listen to the hum of the universe around you, you feel the presence of the Corsair. Being psychic, it's almost like they're a little bit brighter of a beacon in the night sky kind of thing. You feel the presence of the Corsair, you feel the presence of the Doctor, and you feel the very tangible presence of Roko and their psychic potential. But you don't feel, as far as I remember, unless there's a stat, I don't believe the Weeping Angels actually have any psychic potential.
Unless they're screaming.
No, I don't think they do.
I think they just, yeah, I think because they exist through time, that's kind of why you would feel that's the scream of a weeping angel dying. I mean, plus y'all are very susceptible to hearing creatures in pain.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Some of us like it more than others.
Well,
Oh wait. Oh.
That's never a good.
Oh.
That's never a good
too
sound
good.
from the GM.
That's too good. I'm sorry.
no.
I just happened to read a paragraph,
I posted some
and
Grinch meme about
I
it.
am going to.
I know. Awful idea.
Oh
it just
my
happened.
goodness. I'm
Yeah,
going
that's the
to.
thing I've been worried about actually.
The Weeping Angel is going to spend a story point.
oh no.
Oh my. This is so let this be a lesson that sometimes in today's game, for everybody to know, I wasn't really all that prepared, and you can tell by the fact that I'm learning as the Weeping Angel as we go. I mean, I know what I know about Weeping Angels from the television series, and I've seen them do some things, and apparently they can do this.
They're gonna do the thing.
So I'm spinning a story point. Rocco, as you're
Oh no.
as you're staring at the
That's
Weeping
right.
Angels,
That's where I got it.
all of a sudden, as you're staring at the Weeping Angels, the lights in the
Yep.
room begin to flicker out one by one.
Oh, okay.
The flame on the oil lantern goes, and it dies. And you see another one. Now, there will still be light because it's a full moon out and there's open windows. But the room is slowly getting darker and darker and darker. And Rocco, through the milky lenses of your eyes, looking through the milky lens, you can see them. But as it gets darker, it starts becoming more and more difficult to discern what you're looking at, to the point where it's becoming hard to find out if you're looking at them at all.
More light, please.
How bright does my Sonic go?
About this bright?
Can I do a thing?
TARDIS!
I want to do a thing.
You want to do a thing?
I do.
What are you going to do?
I want to. I'll probably spend a story point. I want to. Everyone get near me. Spend a story point to make a bubble force field with my arm. So
Okay.
at least they can't touch us. Hopefully.
Well, and we've established that it gives off some light.
Yeah, and it also glows.
It
so
does emanate. Yeah, it does. It
So
has
both.
a small ambient
I want
glow.
light and shield.
Do you want me to stop looking out the window then? More could come.
I mean, present danger.
Can we move
Better.
with the force field, or are we stuck here?
No, you can move with it.
We'll
Yeah, you know, I can move. Yeah,
Force
it's
field.
just
can move.
it's like we can walk and move. Yeah,
Just Katamari out the window.
Now, Finn,
yeah,
so here's what I'm going to rule.
yeah.
A
Go.
force field is definitely going to be able to hold them at bay.
Yeah.
But you're not going to be able to, if you guys are planning on walking back to the TARDIS, that's going to be a tall order.
I mean, I
can call it.
yeah,
right?
I don't
just
want to
haven't
Yes.
done
walk.
that yet 'cause I
I
don't
just
wanna
want
leave
to.
them
Now, the
here.
TARDIS is not going to be able to appear within the inside the zone of the force
That's
field.
fine. Walking out the bar
Now-
is a good challenge.
So I'm going to, if you're going to, now the force field normally will only cover you,
Yeah.
but I will let you burn story points to expend it. Now, if you do that, my ruling is going to be that if you're manipulating your arm to be able to do that, I'll let you do it for 3 story points.
Okay.
But once it's done, your arm is going to be useless for a little bit of time. You're basically going to drain the power out of your arm to do this.
Of the force field power
It'll
or
come
the
back.
arm at all?
The arm.
So my arm will be
You're gonna
dead
be
weight,
basically.
or-
You're going to basically be. If you're going to encompass the party, you're basically going to be juicing that arm for every ounce of energy it's got in it, which I'm going to say is going to drain it. Now it'll come back. You're not going to lose the ability to use your arm, but I'm going to say for this scene,
Okay.
once the TARDIS is summoned, it's probably going to be about 24 hours before the arm will be able to function again. You'll have to put it in a sling or something because
That's what I wanted to know. Will it be dead weight?
it'll be dead weight unless you
All
sling
right.
it. Yeah, that's a heavy
then
arm.
I don't actually know if I'm strong enough to carry if it's dead weight.
You are, but if you don't sling it, that's going to cause discomfort, then pain.
Yeah.
We need some light.
All right. Well then.
I'm going to sonic the oil lamp on the wall. I'm going to break it.
Oh,
You're gonna set it on fire?
good
light.
idea. Gain a story point. Very clever.
Oh,
You,
I hate you.
you watch as an oil lamp shatters, and what's left of the flame as it's going out ignites the oil and like a curtain of fire. And you watch what's left of the Abigail just start to light
Now
up.
we run.
Light fills the room again. And the Weeping Angels, they look like they actually have moved a fraction of a centimeter. It looks like they've almost changed position. You don't know if it's a trick of your eyes, the flickering of the flame, but it looks like they've gotten a little bit closer.
Let's leave now.
You usually like to burn things down in a less literal way. We need to leave, but we need to stop them.
I don't know if we
No
can.
stopping
Things
them.
are on fire now. Maybe leaving.
Yes.
I'll tell you, can't imagine a worse thing in the world than
These
fire.
are your monsters. I call the TARDIS
Fire,
behind
and
us.
we're surrounded by liquor.
I call the TARDIS behind us.
In
Okay.
a wooden
I start
structure.
just trying to get people to go downstairs.
No, did she just
Oh,
call the
oh, where
TARDIS?
are you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. So Gina, do you want to pop the shield? What did you want to do with that?
We
Well,
can
the
back
whole
up with
thing's
it,
left
right?
on fire,
Yeah, I'll let y'all move. Yeah.
so I didn't deploy it if it was immediately set on fire. Because now
Okay.
there's light.
It's true.
So
There's
we
light
don't
now.
need to
You
do
don't have to.
anything.
No. Yeah, it's true. The master kind of
Alright.
stepped in and did his destructive thing, solving problems by using destruction.
I was just going down the list and impulsive. Okay.
Yeah.
Should I do that? Sure.
Okay.
Backing out.
A few moments later, and you hear the grinding sound of the TARDIS as you click it, and you see it coming into existence.
Is there anything that this is stupid? Is there anything that I could throw that would distract them as we got out of here into turning inwards? What do they track? Do they track life or do they track?
Throw a kitten
Your
at
TARDIS,
them.
your TARDIS is a catnip.
Yeah, they,
Weeping Angels are pretty clever. They're not the most brilliant creature. They sometimes will fall prey to their own devices. You're not sure what you could throw at them because they're in statue form right now, so they wouldn't be able to turn to notice. The only thing that's changed the moment your TARDIS appears in the room. By the way, to summon your TARDIS, I'm going to say spend 2 story points.
Okay. It should have story points.
What's that?
It just occurred to me. I don't know if the TARDIS has its own story
I'm
points.
almost certain the TARDIS has its own story points.
I've never written that down.
There's a whole character sheet for the TARDIS.
Yeah,
There
there's
is.
a
There's a
character
character sheet for the
sheet
TARDIS. I've got it. We should get that to you. Since it's, you know,
might be
I
useful.
feel. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of important in a Doctor Who game. I don't know why.
I like that you have it. That actually that feels correct. The
It feels
TARDIS is
appropriate.
really its own character.
Of course she is.
The TARDIS does have its own story points for in the purposes of this, though.
I'm
since
using
you're,
2. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, since you're summoning it,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have that cost something for you. You're not sure what you can do here with like rendering them helpless, but I can tell you that when the TARDIS appears, you can anybody who has psychic ability, you can feel like they know what that is. You can feel maybe they didn't know who you were until just now, Doctor, but when that TARDIS appears, oh man, they know who they're dealing with now.
We need to get out of here.
Yes, we know. But I can't leave 3 angels to eat a Caribbean island.
the paradox.
I
the
don't need to
paradox-
burn to death. Please get out of here so I can stop staring at them.
You're being brilliant. Thank you. You've kept us all alive. Everyone into the TARDIS.
TARDIS is behind you. Back up.
They may not even exist if the paradox gets fixed. This may all have never happened.
Good
True. Who
point.
the hell knows?
We have to hope. Everyone in.
The
Walking
door
backwards.
opens, and Zeeps goes, "Did we move?" And
Stay
then,
inside.
he steps back. Okay, y'all are gonna slowly back into the TARDIS.
Yep.
Okay, the angels, you keep your eye on them. The fire is spreading up along the walls. It's getting to the alcohol. It's starting to spread across the floor.
Oh, what a waste.
We got
This-
everything good.
I'm last in.
What's that?
Second
I'm
last.
last in.
Y'all, I'm staring at them. I'm last.
No. I'm also staring at them. Don't worry.
Once
This is a
again-
big cluster of people
Yeah,
at the
people
door.
No,
backing into the
I'm
TARDIS,
yeah,
everyone
this
just
is
kind of
this is like a
cluster.
cluster.
It's just a clump of people.
everyone just kind of backing in, just like Finn. Once again,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you're saying goodbye to
Literally
two friends in the same night.
everything's
Yeah.
gone.
The Abigail, I mean, she'd come to rest here and had found a new life in on Jim's Island, and now
Now she's been burned down. For what?
God damn it, Duncan.
You're welcome.
It'll be fine.
Story point.
Oh my god.
That one was for you, Darren DePaul.
Oh.
Ugh.
Alright.
That was almost as bad as Pinnock on the dance floor.
Almost.
Pinnock at the disco is what he said.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pinnock at the disco.
Panic at the disco.
These are your monsters. How did you control them before?
I am certainly not my monsters. These are weird paradox echoes that make no sense.
You're telling me they're not here because of your device.
I don't think they are, to be honest. I think this is.
This actually matters quite a bit.
You did
think
plant
I
the
know that.
seed.
The last thing you see, Finn,
Yeah.
of the Abigail as you back into the TARDIS with Roko being the last person, the door is closing, you just see crackling flames engulfing the area and 3 weeping angels staring at you in murderous rage with their mouths open reaching out, and then that's the last you ever see of the what would be the entrance to the captain's cabin as the door closes on the TARDIS.
And before the doors close, I'll just say, you had a good run, old girl. You both did.
When the TARDIS doors close, it takes a few seconds as y'all are having this conversation. When, as you're talking, the whole TARDIS just suddenly goes, and you guys, it's like you shimmy basically. You have to grab one of the handrails as the entire TARDIS begins to shake.
Run to the console and start trying to get the thing to leave.
The TARDIS responds to your touch. The moment the Master runs over to the console and starts typing in, where are you going, Master?
Just last address?
I'm taking us right back to
London?
unit. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
just a return trip.
We have a free dinner waiting, so. I'm just double checking his coordinates to make sure it's nothing
The
nefarious.
TARDIS manages to
Running.
Actually,
Oh,
let's see.
Anyone else want to help?
I'll help.
I need to know what's going on here.
Where is that character sheet for that? Oh my goodness,
I know, love.
that was easy. 1 second. Let's
No.
see what happens.
Oh, crud.
Oh, it's gonna be fine. You can
The
come back
TARDIS
yesterday.
rolls 2 TARDISes.
Oh, wait, that's good.
You have no idea.
Okay.
I know.
You guys pull away, no problem. TARDIS gets away from the Sweeping Angels, even though they were attacking the TARDIS when you guys went into the vortex.
Yeah.
But they do not inhibit the departure of the TARDIS, nor do they follow you into the vortex. You essentially get away. And a few moments later, you hear the crashing sound of the TARDIS arriving, and
I give her a big kiss. She likes me. And
You
sit
will
down.
stay away from her.
Psychic check. Does she like him?
the TARDIS.
Yeah.
Are you going to try to psychically tap into the TARDIS?
Yeah. Sure.
Are you really?
This is a Christmas episode. Let's do wacky things. Sure.
Oh, this is a bad
We are
idea.
just going all over the place this episode. All right, then I'm going to say this is going to cost you some story points.
Sure.
So,
What could go wrong with an on-time Lord looking into
I mean,
the TARDIS?
I'm super jazzed about you and the TARDIS becoming BFFs in some random TARDIS might. At least that's my hope.
spend 3 story points,
All right.
and I'll let you talk to the TARDIS.
Yes. 1,000 times yes.
Yep. And I'm going to give you my last one because that's awesome. Thank you. All right, then I'm down 2.
While that happens, I know that this is insane, but if I can be in the back room using Buffin or Jiggery Pokery or something, like, I need to build something that is like
An
a
anti-Dalek
fake
device of some
gaze?
kind?
Well, that would be good too. A fake gaze that I can go back and leave on that stupid island that also repels humans. I don't know if that's a thing I can do,
Yes.
but I'm not leaving an angel
It's Doctor
trap.
Who. You spend story points and using your skills. Yeah, I mean, I think of all the wacky ass shit that he has built over the course of his career. And you, Amy, you can do the same. This is exactly what that trait is used for. If you tell me as a player that you want to burn some story points and just mad scientist up something that would somehow repel biological creatures from the island, I'll let you do it.
I'm leaving a guard.
I'm giving you a
Evade.
story point for
So
that.
you'll have to go back, though.
Yes.
You just hover over the island and go.
Just drop it.
I mean, yeah.
We haven't seen them fly.
Actually.
It's the
Wait,
Eagles
have
dropping the ring in Mordor. Just
Technically, it'd be like a Krotoa device. You just make everyone abandon the island in one straight day. Since it's a paradox, it should break anyway.
I'm hoping that eventually the universe will fix itself and take them out of existence. But in the meantime,
And
like
if it
unless
doesn't, leave it as a graveyard.
okay.
All right.
So that's what you're doing. You basically run from the console downstairs. Be right back.
keep an eye on him.
I need to science.
By the way, for anybody, fun fact, and I may have already said this, the most uttered phrase the Doctor has said to any of his companions is, "Don't wander off." Yeah.
Yes.
And for the Dr. Amy, her most uttered phrase is, "Keep an eye on him."
Yeah.
It's becoming,
That's worked out so well.
yeah.
Yeah. I just need to
Okay.
pretend you're a weeping angel.
Yeah, so the TARDIS lands, you run off. As all this is happening, you lean up against the console for a second, Roko. And following your impulse, you just decide, I'm going to check in because I know the TARDIS is alive. And I've never reached out and let's have a chat. Like it's all sort of, like your timing is a little off, but what the hell? Like, let's check in.
I don't really think
I mean,
she
it's a
likes
time
him
machine.
at all.
Yeah. All right. You, Finn, as
Yeah.
you're all catching your breath, you turn and glance and see Roko doing what Roko does, going
Yep.
into their.
I know what they're doing, so I just find a random chair and place it behind them because I know at some point they're
Yes.
gonna sit down. So I don't have the energy to like stand there and hold them, so I just place the chair and I just go and sit.
Half my other story point.
Now, Smith's TARDIS did have a chair built into the console that could swivel, so I'm going to
Oh,
say.
perfect!
I don't know if I thought of that.
I swivel the chair underneath of them.
I'm going to say, since your TARDIS is basically an amalgamy of Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi's TARDIS, we'll say the chair's still there. So you just grab this leather seat and swivel it around, and sure enough, Finn, you see Roko begin to slink back as they're
Yep.
making their mental connection. Okay. Roko, the immediate presence of a being that is ancient beyond. I mean, you remember how Leviathan felt? How ancient Leviathan is? The TARDIS is a being that's almost outside of time. It has seen the beginning and the end of the universe many times. It has been through different realities. You are suddenly aware that you are in the presence of a being, an entity, a consciousness that it's almost like you're about to see too. It feels like a mother's touch almost as you begin to expand your consciousness. It almost feels like the TARDIS gently stops you for your own protection, and you become aware that it's a consciousness that's existing in every single moment in time, all at once. And that to proceed any further would be to slip into the depths of bedlam that can never be described. So you immediately, the TARDIS just gently halts you.
I'm of course respectful of personal space.
You feel, yeah, you feel.
Now you understand boundaries.
I've been learning over the season. Character progression.
It's hard to translate the sensations you're getting from the TARDIS. The TARDIS is having to hold back so much from you to not obliterate you by accident that you're getting fleeting images and sensations as it does what it can because it feels you reaching out to it. And I almost picture like the Sistine Chapel painting kind of thing going on where the TARDIS reaches out to you as well. You begin to get a sense of how it's experienced the journeys so far. And you feel a surge of joy as you realize the TARDIS likes you. You feel this familiarity. Like it accepts, the TARDIS seems to have a fondness for all the companions that enter because of the childlike glee that they bring with it to see all of space and time. And a particular deep, unending, indescribable love it has for the Doctor. And a solid knowledge that the Doctor loves it in return. And then you begin to sense what could best be described as fear coming from the TARDIS.
Oh no.
And you realize, as you're trying to make sense of it, it's almost an anxiety that begins to creep into your chest. And it does that horrible fucking thing that anxiety does, where it kind of, it feels like you're breathing just fine, but your heart's moving like you ran a mile, and so your lungs and your heart aren't communicating properly, and it's the worst feeling. And the more you try to calm it down, nothing seems to work, and it's like the more you try to stifle it, it's not going away, and it starts to build, and you begin to feel that the TARDIS, it's Cillian. The TARDIS is frightened by Cillian. It doesn't feel a repulsiveness. It doesn't feel like, there's not this anxiety about it needs Cillian gone, like get out. You just feel that like a deep concern for everyone, including Cillian. But the TARDIS also has a mild trepidation towards its own well-being. And you're just getting a little flecks of that. And you begin to, you watch as it looks like Roko's kind of like bunching up for a second, like they're essentially you're slipping deeper into the consciousness of the TARDIS. And again, you feel a slight halt, and suddenly you're standing in the TARDIS as it was for number 10. So the ambient glow of the yellow, the room looks completely different. It's much emptier. There's no catwalks up above. It looks much more simple in design, much more crude, but completely like it functions perfectly fine. It's not quite as sleek. It has more of that sort of steampunky look. And there's a blonde woman standing in front of you who looks very familiar from your time in London. You saw her holding a baby at a cafe. She's standing there looking at you. And she says, "Well, hello. Aren't you lovely?"
Happy Christmas.
It's Christmas every day for me. It's also the end of the world every day for me. And the beginning. And the end, and the beginning, and the end, and the beginning, and the end.
It must be a very busy day.
I just watch. And sometimes I go. We don't have long. If we stay in like this for too long, your mind could be destroyed, and that would be very regrettable.
I appreciate the concern.
What can I do for you?
Well, you've been taking us places we didn't expect to go. Is there something we should do to help?
You've done it. I take the doctor where the doctor needs to go, as I always have.
She's brilliant. So are you.
Yes.
What's going on with Cillian?
I don't know.
That can't be good.
Yeah, for a being that has the knowledge the TARDIS does. Could be good, could be bad. Probably bad, since I don't know. Although I do love the unknown. I very rarely ever get the chance to encounter it. Unfortunately, I know just about everything there is to know. But it's also lovely, because even when I discover that, which I already know, I get to watch the Doctor discover it for the very first time, and it's Christmas all over again.
You two are very lovely together. You don't like the other Time Lord,
The Master.
I suppose.
I'm very fond of him, and very sad for him.
Ask about the Corsair too.
You're like, I'm sorry, I'm getting a text message here. Oh, God.
Do you
Sorry.
check yes or no?
Sorry.
This is so high school, it's great. Can you ask the TARDIS if she likes me?
So the Corsair wants
You're
to
one
know
of
if you want to go to the
companions,
summer
fair enough.
formal.
He's not. What about him makes you sad?
He is a tragedy, and he knows it.
Yeah.
Which is what makes him so dangerous.
We're doing what we can. Maybe we can help.
There's a silence from the rose incarnation of the TARDIS. The silence emanating from it speaks much like your interpretation from it, just because you're also emotionally connected right now to the psychic event, is that it's a teacher who realizes they can't tell you no, who's just going to let you figure it out for yourself, one way or the other, yes or no.
You already know whether or not we can help.
I have seen the beginning and the end of the universe many times over, and now I've seen 2 universes, multiple outcomes. I have to say, it's quite exciting here, to be honest with you. With all the paradox energy, I can see things that I was never supposed to see, and contradictions, which I admit kind of hurt my feelings sometimes. I mean, time is supposed to work a certain way, and that's what I was built for. What was the question? Oh, wait, you're going to ask me it again? Yes, your answer. Anything is possible, Rocco. Anything is possible. That's just as much of a warning as it is anything else.
Guess I have to get out of here, don't I?
You'll die if you don't. I have to say, it's been lovely speaking to you. I so rarely get to speak to anyone. I am doing most of the listening most of the time, which I have to say is actually quite a good thing to do.
It's fun, isn't it?
It can be, yes. Oh, the conversations I've been hearing Meatstick have with himself. Disturbing. Quite disturbing. But you'll be happy to know he has not peed in the pool.
Who'd do that?
I don't know. Yes. No. Yes.
That clears things up.
Well, they didn't before they didn't exist. But now that they do exist, they do. Oh, they've stopped existing again.
Oh.
And now they exist once more.
Something that exists, does it end up existing, Overcall?
You're asking about your home planet?
Yes.
What would you like to know? As the TARDIS asks you that, you begin to feel a sudden stabbing pain in the top of your head for a split second as you catch a glimpse of, well, there's really nothing a storyteller could use in language to describe it. Essentially, the images of multiple times, multiple places, multiple events all happening at the exact same particular moment, and it almost drives you to the brink. And you all watch as Rocco is sitting there very peacefully in the chair and then grips the side of the TARDIS, and you're seeing expressions go across their face that you've never seen before. They don't look like pain.
Yeah.
It looks like, like it's sensory overload suddenly.
Yep.
And then the TARDIS says, I'm sorry, I'm afraid I'm losing my ability to keep everything from destroying you. You might need to go now.
Thank you.
Rocco, if you're alive, the Overcaller are alive.
Thank you.
Please tell Celia not to destroy the universe. And you come racing back into your body. And
Don't destroy the universe!
spitting
Try
that
not
out.
to.
I just imagine you like sitting back and the chair just going whew around the couch.
There's-
I end up on the catwalk.
Yeah.
There's knocking at the
catwalk.
door of the TARDIS.
Yeah.
And you see on the screen outside is a very confused looking Sarah Jane.
Are
Am I
you-
done with my jiggery pokery?
I would say you're probably walking back up the catwalk with this bizarre device with wires sticking out of it and all these like neon lights kind of flashing. I mean, it looks like a
Pink
ball.
plugged in sort of
I mean, at first glance, it looks like it could be a bomb, except for there's just got too much going on. You come walking back up, and you're like, I think it's working. It's bzz, 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 it starts making sort of like weird noises.
Yes, I think that will do it.
The moment it activates, everybody in this room begins to feel nauseated.
Oh, right, I'll just wait.
Please
till
turn
I
that off.
get there.
You turn it off, and it immediately subsides.
What the hell was that?
I'm just going to leave a little stay away present back on that island. If you'd all like to exit in modern London, I think that's Sarah Jane outside, but I need to make a quick trip back.
All right.
Looks like Christmas is going into 3 episodes.
Well,
Hey,
Christmas, Boxing Day, New Year.
Yeah.
We're
You
doing
know
it
what?
all.
That maybe it'll go for 8 and be a Hanukkah episode. It was supposed to last 1 episode, and we made it last 8 episodes.
Yeah?
It's legitimately a
Kind
Hanukkah
of
miracle.
lovely.
we need to take Adam Sandler Hanukkah song and turn it into a Doctor Who parody of some kind,
Oh.
and just mix and match.
Y'all know what to do.
Mm.
No.
All right. I
Eight
guess
Crazy Nights would be a hilarious title for any.
I'm here for it.
Right.
So yeah, I guess.
okay, I'm opening the door before he does, because I'm sure you would like to do that.
Sarah's got her hand up. She goes,
Hello.
"Did you forget something?"
Actually, yes. Would you just keep an eye on all of them for a moment? I'll be right back.
You all come stepping out of the TARDIS, I guess.
Yeah, where are we on the street or?
Judging from the looks of it, you are back exactly where you guys were moments ago, and Mickey's still standing there. Everyone's still there.
Yeah.
We just did a
Yeah. Essentially, you have reappeared about 10 seconds after you left. So-
Yeah, excellent.
yeah. So everyone is still just like, did you? That's why Sarah Jane's like, did you forget something? Like, why are you back? As everyone filters out of the TARDIS, you close the door, and you walk over, and Doctor, just for a moment, as you get to the control console, it's just fleeting. It's just a reflective moment for a second as you get over to the controls. But you realize this is the first time you've been alone in your TARDIS since you, as an Echo, were created by the universe jump. And you've been alone in the TARDIS many times before. Even with its comforting presence, you just have it's just like a quick moment where you,
Hate this feeling.
it's a feeling of, let's just say it's a quick moment of deep appreciation for everyone who's standing outside that door right now, who you know is going to be waiting for you when you come back. And we get, the TARDIS once again fires up. A few moments pass in the time vortex, and you reappear outside the island. I'm guessing.
So what I would like to do is actually pick up on that suggestion and sort of fly down the
I had
main
a
street
feeling.
and drop it out the door.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Solid.
So you switch the TARDIS to autopilot. You run to the side of the door and open it up, and you're about 60 feet up off the ground.
How many angels?
There's probably 12 to 15 in the street.
Can they in fact just walk through the ocean
Holy
and conquer
crap.
the earth?
Yes.
Great. This was a bad
Angels-
plan.
Angels do not drown.
Right.
If they want, and believe me, only 20% of the ocean receives sunlight.
So there's probably a few down there regardless, and always has been.
That's
Hold
gonna be a
the
comforting
front
thought as I go to sleep
door.
tonight.
They're just like,
Think I mean, if you want to
What?
suddenly do a cutscene to an ancient Greek wreck off of the Mediterranean and think that down in the crushing blacks of that ocean, that sea, amidst piles of ancient discarded treasures of shields and broken spears, there is covered in sand a weeping angel, and it has been there.
Nope.
The answer is yes. That's entirely
And
likely.
Sam quits the show.
Sam just noped out of the episode.
You already ran one horror.
As if
Yes.
Trail of Cthulhu wasn't enough to
Yeah,
spook
Sam,
the
you
crap out of you.
survived Cthulhu. You can survive this.
so there's 15.
Can I make this? They're intelligent though.
There.
I thought you were making a thing that made it so they're being looked at.
I
Is that not it?
No, she was making.
I
a
tried to
device
say
keep
both,
away
and
from
it looked like he gave me the repulsing life part, but I'm not sure he gave me the like eternal gaze kind of properties, which was maybe a lot to ask for.
It has to be a biological thing that's looking at it.
Yeah. Can I? How intelligent are they? Can I trick this thing up to seem like a TARDIS? So it's a magnet.
To project yes, but the angels will figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll tell you
stupid
that.
intelligence.
They'll figure that out.
They are very difficult to defeat.
Pesky little bastards, aren't they?
Yeah.
Maybe you just drop that for now and come up with something else.
Yeah.
later. Fix the universe, fix the problem. Probably. Hopefully.
Hunt it down the road. It's what you're good at. Sorry, I'm not there. I'm not there. Shit.
I know, right? I'm
Oh,
just
but
like,
the problem is I can hear you in my head saying that.
No.
Can you make a device that drives away all biological life except for pigeons?
also
my gosh.
mosquitoes.
Ironically, that's basically a statue.
Yeah, I know. That was the joke.
Yeah. So good. That was
I
good.
dropped the repeller, but
It shatters when it hits the ground. He dropped it from 60 feet. I'm just kidding. No,
I made it myself.
I know. I wouldn't do that to you. Son of a bitch! I didn't take gravity into account when I made this thing.
Oh my gosh. That would be
So
Oh shit.
No.
Yeah.
So
We don't want to see the end of our voyage.
and then Amy Dallin flipped the table and stormed off the show. So
Guacamole everywhere.
you see the device just
Invention of the
soft
studio.
lands in
You
the
wanna do
sand,
the flip.
and it immediately boom, boom, activates.
I'll be back. How much? Like, did I arrive that same night? Was that my plan?
Yeah, we'll say
You
the
say
same.
Abigail's still on fire,
Yes, it's definitely going up in flames.
but there are already 12 angels.
Yes.
Or what
That's
are
a
they
lot of
doing out
angels.
of curiosity?
When you stared at them, they seem to be in various states of. The best way to describe this would be to say that it was like you were looking down at a crowd that froze in place. It was probably in the middle of doing a house search. Or coming out of houses that they have searced, kind of deal.
If there were
You
any
definitely get the
survivors,
impression that
street
the
now.
angels fed very well tonight.
Yeah.
How they multiplied like this is very curious. But with this many, I'll give this to you.
Concert.
With this many angels in proximity,
British soldiers.
you are definitely picking up residuals of paradox energy.
What did you do, Ray?
That's the second Ghostbusters reference of the episode.
I had to. Gotta bring it around.
We gotta go full circle.
I mean, I'm slightly worried when I go back to modern day London, it's going to be covered in breathing angels who've conquered the
They're all
earth.
just sitting back like, oh, hey, Doc. How's it going?
Yeah, good job on leaving me there, by the way. That was good one.
Don't freak her out,
Well,
Duncan.
the presence of your paradox energy
just
wasn't
giving-
affecting the angels at the time, so it doesn't seem like I can wave you at them and fix it. Like I'd love
No,
to.
it's more that
but
I might make more of them appear in London. Because
I don't
I'm
think you're
clear, because I seem to
causing
be.
them, are you?
That's the implication.
Well,
knows?
That's the implication.
I mean,
knows?
but it only happened
brought the
after he
angels.
took the
brought
powder
one.
out of
I
the
brought
I think
one.
it's a very
One,
special
and now
salad
there's
I brought,
of them
technically
all.
speaking, less than one.
And now there are 15.
Yeah, so it was less than one angel. It was only a handful of angels.
It was like a couple fingers.
And by the way, I have no idea what's going on either, so I'm just giving you shit. Don't listen
Yeah,
to
that's
it.
right.
Don't listen.
Cillian's like, ah,
Yeah.
whatever.
I do leave a bit of a mess, don't I?
Again, the master's voice in your head going, yes,
Yes.
yes, you do.
It's a problem for another day if there is one, I suppose.
Closing the door of the TARDIS.
Actually, with the doctor's not there, the Corsair would probably do that psychic conversation thing that
Yeah?
they discussed
Oh,
before. Yeah.
Good job letting me into your mind.
Okay, then let's let this. We actually have to start wrapping up, so let's
Yeah.
have this be our last scene. You close the door of the TARDIS, Doctor. This isn't the first time you've had to leave a handful of weeping angels in your wake, and it always wears on you. But these are beings that have lived on Earth for a long time and do what they do. So you're kind of, I mean, what can you do? There's that sense of helplessness, but you just have to assume the only thing that can comfort you at this point is that when you write all of this, as the Master has said, maybe the universe will be able to set things right. But that's all you've got to go on. As you close the door of the TARDIS, doesn't feel like a victory, and you move back and hit the controls to return. Cut to you guys. The TARDIS has disappeared, and in a brief moment of time, you have that quick psychic conversation. So go ahead and
So it's ping.
and have a psychic conversation.
Do I notice anything going on?
Uh,
We were all in a group, and I'm
This is the
insatiably
problem
curious.
with having Professor X in your group. Is Rocco is just like, boom.
She's welcome to try and read in. I have all sorts of exciting psychic defenses.
I'm pretty well shielded too.
You're not the. Okay.
Hi.
I have been confused about who has had psychic powers. Never mind. Okay, never mind.
So
Yes, it was Finn the whole time.
Okay. Anyway.
So
Okay.
go ahead and we should. You know what? Honestly,
Okay, because I knew. Okay.
I actually don't entirely care.
Okay, no, I'm
Rocco
good.
Over here, there's
After.
nothing.
I have just been assuming that everybody can read every line in the show. Okay.
Pretty
Safety
fair.
paranoid,
but yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Only 4 of us.
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this a roll.
Sure.
Instead of making you all burn story points,
Oh, but
if you want to.
yeah, that's also gonna happen.
Do we
but-
roll too?
What?
If you want to resist Rocco,
Yeah.
well, let's do it
You're
this way.
confused. You don't need
First,
to. Don't
I
worry.
want to hear.
All right, good.
First, I'm going to have you to.
Do the conversation.
Well,
I have a plan.
I'll let you guys pick who makes this roll, but essentially, I'm going to have you make a resolve and ingenuity roll.
And psychic is resolve and awareness.
Yeah, but the defense is.
resolve
and
I'll take it, and do I also get
Oh, actually, that's
Indomitable?
better.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
that?
Resolve, Ingenuity, and Indomitable?
Yeah, but
Yes.
I have indomitable and psychic.
Oh, okay.
I should make this roll.
Oh, you make the roll.
Yeah.
Wait, so resolve and
Which would
ingenuity.
make sense because you're initiating this. So go ahead
Yeah.
and make the roll and tell me what you get.
Yeah.
Ow.
I'm gonna spend a story
I can't watch.
too.
All right, go ahead and make your roll. See what happens. Well, this should be interesting.
What is it? What is she
We're finally just having the thing, but it wasn't where I expected that. When I expected it to happen.
All right, before you don't announce your target number, make your roll.
All right. I'm having one a priori.
What's that?
I'm having one story point a priori.
This is going to be and this is going to be to detect if you feel any psychic energy coming out of it, so that you would know to try to listen
Right.
in.
Yeah.
So go ahead and make your roll,
All right.
and then add it all up and tell Jody what you get.
Would there be a Bad Wolf presence still now, thanks to the interaction with the
We can
TARDIS.
determine that. We can determine
Later. Okay, later.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
37.
All right, Jody.
31.
The Time Lords are attempting to have a quiet conversation on their own. You can feel the Corsair initiating. You immediately probably
It was a really good roll.
probably stepping off the rawness
I rolled 2
of the
ones,
psychic
though,
connection
so.
you had with Bad Wolf, essentially the TARDIS. Stepping off that psychic connection, you immediately feel the presence of the Corsair is psychically connecting with the Master right now for a conversation.
And I'm concerned because the doctor asked me to keep an eye on that whole situation repeatedly.
Yes.
I'm being
Okay, so
Go for
you've
it.
detected it. Now make your roll. And now roll again, Jody. Same roll.
I'm spending another story point.
As am I.
X-Men has nothing on this group. So much
I
psychic power
can't
flying.
handle this.
Is this good
I
giggling
also-
or bad giggling?
It's never good giggling.
This is the last roll. We got 2 minutes, so let's.
All right.
Better. No, not better.
Don't
not
answer.
better.
Since
No,
you're-
actually better.
What do you? What'd you?
Oh, I haven't rolled yet.
Okay, go ahead.
I just wanted to put in 2 more story points on top of that, the
I'm-
extra 2 dice.
You get
May I
2.
borrow?
Yeah,
I'm-
for
Yeah,
two.
because
much better
after
with
the first story
yeah.
point, it's 1
Yep,
Of the
it's
two
die.
one more.
of them,
Yep.
I'm like pretty sure I can handle all
My
of these
base
dice.
is
They're a better spy than the
Yeah.
other
Right,
one.
and
so
Rocco gets
I'm
lucky.
okay with this. I'm okay with this.
Hold on.
More.
No.
All right.
You have plans for both scenarios. Stop pretending one of these upsets you.
No, it's making me happy.
34.
No, that's worse.
34.
32.
I'm so excited.
Hold on.
Oh, he said that in
Oh
character.
dear, we've only just begun.
Oh.
There's actually nothing
There's
super
only 2 minutes
illicit
left,
happening.
guys.
34.
Yep.
Guess this will be a
and
cliffhanger.
there's
Yeah.
another.
What was that?
What did you just roll?
Um,
Is Bad Wolf with us? With that?
okay, so this is what happens. Final scene of the game. You connect with the master, and the two of you are standing before each other in that sort of psychic projection of a room, ready to have your quick conversation. Rocco, you feel them connecting to each other. You immediately step into that zone. You feel that psychic channel, and as you step into it, it materializes. And as you open your eyes, you see the grin of Davros staring back at you, and he says, "Hello again." And that's where we have to leave off.
Oh no!
No!
That doesn't help anything. You're terrible.
I don't know.
I apologize for the abruptness
Now
of
you
when
know
we're
how it
about to
feels
cut
to be
out today because
me.
we went just a little over our time.
I
we're gonna
had
cut out
so
this.
much planned. I've been planning this
Oh.
for like 2 weeks.
So have I, baby.
No!
I have two.
Stay tuned for Brick Battles, everybody. That's coming up next. And catch us here next Friday for another episode, and we'll find out what the hell just happened, as my role was astronomical. And we'll catch you guys next time. In the meantime, stay whimsical.
5 puns. Never mind.